and we
Oh yeah,
are
you
bitchin'.
should mute your Discord noises.
How do I do that?
You go into your sound settings and just turn off where it says like messages. It'll say like noise or whatever, or have a list of noises it can make.
Oh, Jesus.
Just
A good thing I started streaming right before doing this.
yeah, I forgot this is a thing until I heard it go off right as you hit the stream start, and I hit the at everyone, and I was like, oh yeah, the Discord noises. People always complain about that.
Okay, here
I
we
don't
go.
really hear them most of the time on my end because I can hear the game audio.
There it is. Yeah,
But it seems like they go through the streams.
Turn off the message sounds. There we go.
Beautiful.
That should do it.
It's amazing to me that you even live with that being a thing that's on ever, because those noises drive me completely insane. So
yeah.
I always have.
I am an insane person, so yeah.
That's fair. I mean, me too, but I guess it's there's a comfortable insanity and an uncomfortable insanity.
Says I have an excellent connection. That's good to know.
Speaking of comfortable insanity, it's Majora's Mask.
Holy shit. Already losing my goddamn mind.
I giggled and then it giggled. Me and the game are in lockstep right now.
Who's fucking... What?
Yeah, I guess I should listen to what we sound like real quick.
Did I save with an owl statue?
Simon's in chat. Yo, I started this game after seeing y'all start it. I'm already at the Great Bay.
Nice.
Sounds like you've been engrossed.
That's a pretty excellent game. Oh, I should do something I wanted to do and forgot to do last time. Let's see, it's 8 a.m. in game. We'll see if I can talk to people in the mayor's office. It's a nice little cutscene tucked away in here. I love Zeldas, but never did this one before. 10 a.m. Oh, had to wait till 10 a.m. and I already slowed down time. Oh well. Time to go collect money.
Simon, let us know how the audio balance is coming through, because I just got this new microphone, and it's the first time we've ever done a two-person stream. I want to know how it comes across. What type of mic do you use, Bruno?
I forget what it's called. a Q2U something or other. I don't fucking know. I bought it like 6 years ago.
Neat. I never heard of that one.
Yeah, I just wanted an external directional microphone because wearing headphones hurt my fucking ears. So thought it'd be better to just take the game down a touch. I'm not sure if I can, like, is there like a menu I can open? There it is.
You can do it on OBS.
Haha.
Oh, that works too. Yes. That's probably good.
Excellent. Yeah, it feels
I
more
forgot it
comfortable.
would be a lot. I forgot it would be louder after leaving that menu, but so it wasn't a good place to judge. But we'll see. Perfect. Okay. Well, good. Fundamentally.
I deposited $200, so now I got a big wallet.
I did not play this game in between. I think I want to play this before we're done with it.
Yeah.
Watching you play the first episode, I was struck with the feeling of this is not how I'm going to approach it at all.
Yeah.
And at the same time, it made me feel like, can I bear with not like having the cut time in half spell? Like knowing that that's something you can get right away, and that it's like makes the entire game easier. It's like, but it's also something you could go the whole game never noticing. And so that's the kind of thing, it almost feels like I've been spoiled, because I'm like,
yeah.
If I hadn't known about it, I would have never even attempted. I would have never had this consideration. I just would have played the game normally, and maybe discovered that, maybe not. Maybe at some point looked up a guide. But now I know for a fact that the game is just like better to be done this way, But is that the more fun way to do it? I wonder.
Ooh, I
Like
don't know. We'll
pacing
see.
wise, does it because it felt like it wasn't that exciting watching the like part where you were kind of just grinding out masks.
Yeah.
Like it felt like grinding. It felt like future proofing the game more so than it did like doing something exciting in and of itself.
Yeah, that was more or less
I,
me showing off my knowledge of the game. That I'm just like, oh, by the way, there's like 5 masks you can get right away, and one of them's super useful. So I'm just gonna do that now.
yeah.
Cause
I remember that dialogue.
yeah,
Oh, I remember this. Tile and I drew this with the Skull Kid when we first met him. He told us that he had been fighting with his friends and that they had left him all alone.
hi Nisa.
Okay, higher pitched voice for this character.
Hey, Lisa.
I like their little noises. Well, he ringing. He's not alright.
I like his weird little duck bill.
Yeah, he just looks like a scared weirdo without the cool mask.
It's just a little scarecrow child with a duck bill.
He reminds me of Vivi from Final Fantasy IX.
Is that the little black mage character on the cover?
Yeah.
I haven't played
He
Final
is
Fantasy
the-
IX, but I do have a copy of it.
I think you would really like it.
I'm sure it was because he was always playing tricks, so nobody wanted to play with him. But to do what he did just because of that. And once he got his power,
Ominous. I like
He
that
became a
cutscene.
fuckboy.
Getting to see that at one point in time, the Skull Kid was just a playful little boy. He was just a silly little guy. He wasn't
Although he
always a
still
demon.
blow darted the masked salesman and stole his mask.
That was
so
pretty rude, yeah.
he-
He was a bit of a bratty
was
kid, I guess.
the best child. Oh my god, it's Tingle.
We shoot
He's
pedophiles
really
out of the air. Let's go.
wait a minute, we need to see if a pedophilia, baby, rainy daily
All the
bitch.
dialogue that he always says.
Did he really give you his whole life story every single time you got this app?
Well, it's because we went back in time, so that to him, this is like the first time we've met.
Oh yeah, of course, I forgot.
Well, call again! Tingle, tingle, Koolimpa! I come in my diaper every time I say that!
Jesus Christ.
Little Sweeto.
There was a comment saying you had the perfect Tingle voice just before we started the stream. On the previous one. Nisa says, I love Vivi. Vivi is absolutely one of those legendary characters for good reason. Just a
Who?
really well done arc. The Black Mage from Final Fantasy.
Oh.
You're gonna have to play that game post haste.
I think I told you I want to play at least the first 10 Final Fantasy games, because I have most of them, and I decided I would play all the mainline Dragon Quest games, and I'm
should
on
just
like
go
the
ahead and
7th one now, so might as well do
You should
Final
just
Fantasy.
start with Final Fantasy 9 and then play the first 8 and then play 10, and it'll make more sense that way, honestly.
I don't do the chronological order shit. I like to play them in the order they released.
No, it's not chronological or anything. They're none of them are related to each other at all.
Okay.
Well,
I
they
thought,
just
like,
use the same like names and shit.
I thought like at least like aesthetically 9 was supposed to call back to the first games.
That's what they say, but it really doesn't, because
Oh.
the early games were like way more sci-fi and like weird high fantasy looking. They were not like cutesy, you know? Like they were Yoshitaka Amano designs. They look nothing like 9 is if anything closer to like a throwback to the aesthetics of like Dragon Quest than because it's like a bunch of big-headed anime characters, you know? In like a swashbuckling. To me, Final Fantasy IX feels the most like if a Shakespearean play was set inside of a steampunk fantasy world. Like, that would be my pitch. It's like, but like way more epic than a Shakespeare play because it's a 4-disc, you know, 60-hour PS1 RPG. But but the characters talk like they're in Shakespeare, like, and it's got like a, you know, it's steampunk, but it's very like Victorian feeling with the. Like, it feels like if in the Victorian era they had figured out steam technology that let them make like airships and shit, but like still somehow it feels like the 1920s maybe, you know?
I mean, I've seen what like the first town in that game looks like, and just from those pre-rendered backdrops, I am convinced I will love the game. It's just, it's very appealing to me. My biggest concern with playing them in order is that I just like to experience how a series kind of grows and evolves over time, including like when it kind of dips, you know?
Yeah.
Like that's been part of the fascination with Dragon Quest for me, is just seeing like, okay, most of these games are all generally pretty fucking good, but like what do they do differently each time, you know? Like when do they make changes? When do they add new mechanics? When do they replace those mechanics with something else, you know? It's like the game design aspect is what I like to, like the meta narrative around the games is just as interesting as the narrative itself, you know?
Yeah.
I don't think most people play games that way. I think most people would come into it and be like, oh god, there's like 12 of these fucking things. Okay, what are the good ones? Which one should I play? Just that one? Okay, fuck the other one.
I actually think that more people probably take the approach that you do than the other way, but only because most people just simply don't play old games, like, at all. Like, they just don't at all approach that, you know, like...
Believe me, I've been browsing the Dragon Quest subreddit, and so often I'll see a post on there. It's just like, which game should I start with? And the comments are like, not the first one. Never the first one. Just play 8 and 11 and ignore the others. And I'm like, why? Then again, if you're asking the question, where do I start in a series with numbered entries?
Number 1. Always just play them in the fucking order they came out. That's the easiest way. Like, literally look up release order, play them that way.
For real?
The funniest one to me is always like, I always explain Evangelion because people are like, I don't understand the watch order. I'm like, well, there's a show called Neon Genesis Evangelion. Then there's a movie called The End of Evangelion. And then there's movies called Rebuild of Evangelion. So I don't know.
It's really not
that fucking hard to figure out.
So, do you recall in Ocarina of Time when those two witches said, we'll come back to haunt you?
Yeah. Oh, they're back to haunt us?
You want to do her voice?
Is that her? Okay. Oh, ow, help me! I was just busy minding my own business, picking mushrooms, when BAM! I got hit from behind! That pesky skull kid, did he think an old hag wouldn't recognize him if he hit his face? Oh, how to think he's that powerful, and now I can't even move. You, don't you have anything that gives you energy?
I do not.
Ah, what is this? You're no help. I say you're not at all what you make yourself out to be.
Very funny finding a dying old lady in the woods while the like really cheery music is playing. Yay! Yay, she's dead. Let's go get her a health potion.
hard to like. It's one of those things where you're like, is she still evil or is she just like a different person with the same,
Yeah.
aesthetic? Should I feel bad for her?
Just like, didn't you die?
Yeah.
Who are you? They have the same names as they had in Ocarina. Here's the other one.
Welcome. My potions work very well, they do. What's that? The Skull Kid got to come, eh? That's ridiculous. If it's just the Skull Kid, then what harm could he possibly do? Oh, well, if that's true, then take this potion to her. This isn't good.
Excellent. That's our first bottle.
Quick, take that potion to her.
It's funny because you're kind of too good at these games for bottles to really matter, but I always considered bottles to be like sacred in Zelda, like one of the important, oh, you got all 4 bottles, that means you can store 4 whole fairies, like.
Yeah, bottles are arguably more important in this game than they are in most. There's like a whole quest later where you have to collect things in bottles, and if you don't have like 4 bottles, you're gonna have to make several trips.
Oh, see.
Like following this funny monkey.
These turtles weren't in the last game, I don't think.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I thought these turtles were like Pokemon. So they say their name out loud.
Yeah.
They say Gak Gak. I'm like, is it called a Gak Trap? Is that what it? Is that just his name? Like, what does that mean?
Don't you feel obligated to help a sorry old hag when you see one?
Like, calls herself a hag.
Don't you feel sorry for a disgusting cunt biddy like me? Don't you see weird bug-eyed freaks and just feel like helping them out a little bit? Ah, that color, that smell, that's definitely what
Snatches it out of your hand. Oh god, her fingernails. She's like 100 years old.
Oh, feel the energy flow. Kome is revived. You saved me. I'm the swamp tour guide. I run the boat cruise, so come by if you want a free ride. I'll give you a free
Excellent.
ride.
Jesus Christ. Oh my god.
Monkey!
You are strange powers, no? Me been watching you. Little the swamp filled with poison water. Temple above waterfall strange. Brother got your temple. But brother now able to find temple entrance. Temple for Decker only. Brother captured by Decker. Now in palace. Help.
I was doing like Jar Jar Binks. I don't know why I said that.
I was thinking, like, I know this is a Star Wars voice, I'm not sure which.
Oh no, Misa Steppy and Poopy Poot!
That's the best part of Star Wars is that they have like toddler curse words. The guy like crashes his car and goes poodoo. Got a space alien named Butthead.
I know they say the monkeys are Jar Jar coded for sure. I guess it's because the way they talk. They got the like limited language.
I think Jar Jar coded. I think of that fucking thing from oh, what's it called? Not the Sword in the Stone. Is that shitty Disney movie, The Black Cauldron? That movie like introduces a disgusting little furry creature named Gurgi, and I wanted to kill him so bad. I like turned the movie off because I couldn't stand him. Just shows up and goes, "Oh no, poor Gurgi deserves smackings on his little head," and I was like, ugh. I think he dies at the end. I don't know. I didn't
Even though
finish
I've
it.
never seen this movie, I can tell what voice actor you're doing just based on that. Like, you did such a good job of. I know that's not the only movie that he does that voice in because I've heard that voice.
It's almost like the cow and chicken.
It is very.
It's not that. It's not the same. It's in the same ballpark. Favorite Star Wars curse is Slimo, basically just bastard or asshole that has a goofy mouthfeel. Slimo. I remember that one.
Oh, thanks for what you did back there.
She looks so creepy.
Oh, that's her again.
In a special deal just for you, I'll let you take this cruise for free. Ah, yes, we've got...
I literally thought it was like an emu talking to you. Like,
Does look
We've
like
got
a
a
bird.
special going on right now, so we're giving this out for free.
This is just D. Reynolds. Yay, pictograph box.
First one of these with a fucking camera.
If you take a nice picture from the boat, take it to that fella over there. All right, the boat's leaving.
Very funny to me
Maybe
how
one of
they
those,
invented like a fantasy world camera. Because taking pictures is fun. Children like taking pictures. They have those disposable cameras that you buy at Disney World. Whatever.
I was thinking, like, you know, the theme of these games is travel. It makes sense. Can you take this through the whole game, or is it just on this cruise?
Oh, you keep the pictograph box forever.
I didn't even realize that this game had a whole camera mode.
It's funny, they like
I wonder
update it in
what
later
those-
games. Like in Wind Waker on the Wii U, they made it so you could take selfies with it. And then in Breath of the Wild, they just give you a whole tablet. You go through a little game with a fucking tablet. It's like
I was
fucking
giving.
need iPads
Uh,
now.
Oh my god, stabbed in the head. It just makes it. I was giving real consideration at one point to doing a series on the Bomber Girl channel that's just about like in-game cameras and like just seeing what like the coolest pictures you can get in various games are, like because they added a camera into Caravan Sandwich, which made me want to go back into the game. And I was also doing a whole lot of taking pictures in Infinity Nikki, which is like the main reason to play that game, is just to like make a cool outfit and find a cool place to take a picture of it. I had no idea this game had one though.
Yeah.
You gotta see what the coolest photos you can get.
I'm gonna take the coolest photo ever here in a minute. Let's get off this stupid boat cruise. One of the changes I liked in the remake of this game, they added like some extra bottles, and one of them you get for doing a little target challenge, like you ride on this boat and shoot all the targets that show up.
I see.
You just get like a bottle for hitting all of them in like under 30 seconds or something like that. And it's really easy because the 3DS has a gyro aim.
That did feel weirdly like a Disney cruise, or not cruise, like ride, you know,
Yeah.
water ride. Also, it felt totally pointless. What was the point of that?
Oh,
You
I
just
got
had to take a picture.
Killed the Octorok that was in the way.
I see.
The main
I'm
thing,
pretty
now we
sure
can-
others get
now we can get
pictographs
to
of
the
those
fucking-
before. But if you get too close to one of those things, it'll suck you in, so it's pretty hard to take a decent shot. Now then, please choose your prize.
The money. Another cruise.
So, are you trying to win something by bringing a good enough pictograph?
Yeah, I can win a piece of heart if I know what to get a picture of. And I know what to get a picture of.
I see.
I am...
There's somewhere in the game that it tells you that.
Oh, it's like hinted at, yeah. Let's see.
Why do you need the maps?
Oh,
Or you
to
just take a
shoot 'em.
picture of things?
I just had to shoot him in the air. And so... He's so handsome.
Who wants the picture of Tingle? I guess that bear gay in the. That's his type, is little
Oh, God.
little fairy men.
Gotta show him this beautiful portrait. Here you go.
He definitely looks like
What?
one of them boys. The little vest and
Wait,
all,
what?
and the handlebar mustache.
That's not what he was supposed to say. What the fuck?
Did he give you the thing?
No. I've never seen him say that before. Maybe I got
What did
the-
he say?
He just said like, oh, you have to take the picture in the swamp, but I am in the swamp.
Oh. Is this the place where you usually do this?
Yeah.
He doesn't have like another swamp location.
Nah, it's probably just a completely illusion.
Maybe you need to be standing in the swamp when you take the photo.
Just like take a better photo, I guess.
You're not quite in the swamp. You're kind of in the grass.
I don't know if the game is that picky.
We'll see.
We'll find out.
It's really making me want to play Pokemon Snap.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Wonderful, wonderful. You were close.
All right,
The
you
pizza
fucker.
cart seems to be on top of the building, I noticed.
Yeah. There we go.
It's his son. That's my son. Yeah. Is he still doing that sort of thing? He's totally humiliated. I totally thought this guy was gay for Tingle, but it's actually just his dad. I guess he just doesn't like the way that Tingle is gay, not that he is gay.
Spoil him too much.
Yeah, I mean, you let him play too many video games, clearly.
Just gives me the best reward possible for a photo of his son.
Could you please ask him not to go outside in that outfit anymore? I will not do that.
Yeah, I don't know. He's a grown man. He can do what he wants. He can live his truth. Man wants to be a fairy. He can be a fucking fairy. I don't care. I'm not gonna judge. At least not to his face. Of course, I'm gonna tell my friends about him because he's fucking weird. But like, you know, I'm gonna be nice about it.
Tingle is the friend, the hero that we all know.
Yeah, no, I had to buy the Breath of the Wild DLC just to wear the Tingle outfit. It's worth the $20.
I assume there was more in it than
Yes, there was a lot. A lot of content, most of which I did not enjoy. But it is what it is.
fucking Zeldas.
If there's anything I learned from Breath of the Wild, it's that every game that's like open world should have a teleporting horse by default. And that was confirmed to be an excellent idea when Elden Ring did that.
Elden Ring's just like, yeah, the way it just kind of phases in is real nice. This place is crazy.
The Deku Palace. This music is so good.
Yeah, I don't remember hearing this one.
This is the
This
palace
is
of the Deku Kingdom. Only those on official business may enter. But you may enter to see the public humiliation of the foolish monkey who angered our king. Follow this hall straight to the royal chamber. Do not enter any other areas whatsoever.
Yo. Oh, this instrument, whatever it is. Really pushing the sound, like everything the N64 is capable of.
It's cute. It's so fun. Giant hat.
I haven't seen your face before. Are you visiting? Usually I don't allow the likes of you in my royal chamber, but today is different. We're about to punish the foolish monkey who kidnapped the Deku princess.
I'll turn you up a little bit just because I feel like the game is overpowering you.
He has insulted the royal family. I'll show him what happens when you do that. That foolish monkey is up in that cage. Take a good look at his face.
Alright. Monkey looking cat.
He's over.
They'll keep saying that I kidnapped her, no matter how many times they say it. It's not going to be the princess back. If they're not careful, the princess will fall victim to a monster. Please believe my words.
How the hell did that little ass monkey have kidnapped the whole ass Deku princess?
Now that our beloved princess is missing, the king has been unable to keep his cool. I fear the princess may be caught up in some kind of trouble, just as that monkey claims. But in his current state, the king can't even send troops out to look for her. What are we to do?
I like how, if you look at concept art of this game, you can see that basically every character is drawn with really dark, like, black shadows over them, and it seems like all these Deku people have, like, really dark shadows over their heads.
Yeah.
I don't know how intentional that was. that's just like their physical feature or if that's supposed to resemble the art, but it looks cool. Glowing eyes.
Yeah, I like that guy's mustache and hair pom-poms.
Yeah, the little leaf bow tie is a wonderful touch too. He's so funny. His tiny little legs. His whole silhouette really. Funny little bean dude. Oops.
Shout out Mel Redgrave in chat.
They're gonna boil that monkey in oil.
Gary says game audio is louder than y'all. I definitely feel like the fact that this stage has such like a bombastic song made it much worse than it had been.
It's always a struggle.
Was my brother alright? Did you see entrance to cage? We know secret route there. Enter secret route from outer garden entrance. The entrance in tall place no one can reach it. Me bean from bean cellar live beneath palace garden. Understand my meaning?
Yeah.
Oh, you smart. Plant bean in soft place by outer garden. You figure out rest. Hurry, help brother.
Hey, Mayday.
Love those monkey noises. Stealth mission, baby. Let's go. Sneak into the garden and find bean cellar.
It's interesting that they brought this back, but it's so aesthetically different from the first time.
Everything about this game, like mechanically, it feels like they did Ocarina again, but like actually kind of difficult this time. I feel like Ocarina was a little too easy. This game
definitely
does
think,
get me a little bit,
like,
a little hard.
they definitely expected you to have played Ocarina before this. Like,
Yeah. Potentially having played it a bunch of times. There you are, bean cellar.
Well, Chump Chump, you're the first customer I've had in a long time. Do you need any magic beans? They sprout leaves as soon as you water them. That they do, they do. I'll give you one free sample, so try planting it in some soft soil. You can always buy more. That's gotta be who that dude from fucking Dark Souls with Yulia is based off of. You know, the bucket. He's like in love with this bucket. And he's like, Yulia.
Is that the guy who's like petting an invisible cat?
Yes, yes. I always took it to be that he was just in love with his bucket.
That's intense. Bottle. I'll go ahead and buy more beans already.
Magic beans.
Give me more beans, give me more beans.
That guy's the bean man.
I just
My
like
God,
extras.
He won't stop eating them beans.
Haha, water. I'm talking about water. Are you thirsty? Excellent.
Wop.
Don't gotta travel through time to plant this shit. Just gotta sploosh some water on it. More water. Oh.
I gotta say, like, in comparison to Ocarina of Time, watching someone who already knows what they're doing in this game play this game feels incredibly more bizarre.
Yeah.
And I'm sure part of it's because, like, you know, I have seen Ocarina before, so, like, I didn't have to put very much thought into why anything was happening. But it also usually just, like, tells you where to go in a cutscene, and then you go there, you know? Like, there's some interstitial stuff, but you usually have to talk to the people who are going to tell you what to do. And in this game, it's kind of like you're meant to figure out how to do something in one location and then take that somewhere else. But if you already know, then you don't have to do the first step. So it's just like, it's like you're in a constant state of second act that is incomprehensible because I never saw the first act and I have no idea where it's going in the third act, you know?
The thing is, a lot of this game is just, you talk to all the NPCs to figure out what's going on, and then they just kind of tell you, oh, by the way, here's the next thing you need to do. It's kind of like a series of scavenger hunts. Like,
Right.
one guy says, oh man, like, I can't sell you this flower unless you gave me a moon rock. And you're like, what the fuck? And then you go and do some other shit, and then like one thing leads to another, and eventually you find your way to a moon rock, and you're like, oh, okay. I know what this
I
is
think
for.
we talked about this in the Ocarina playthrough, but like that this game is basically the big Goron Sword quest as a whole game. Like, just a bunch of intersecting big Goron Sword quests.
More or less. I mean, it's kind of like the whole game is a big, yeah, it's like everything between the dungeons is like a side quest, just in long form. Ocarina
You know
had
what
a lot
game-
more just walking directly to the next place you needed to be.
The other N64 game this reminds me of, although it's much better just because of polish, is Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Yeah?
Because both of them are like very story driven with a very unique take, like presentation, weird dreamlike world the character just kind of wakes up in after, you know, a totally different game. Because Conker was originally like a kid's game for the Game Boy. But like both of them also have that adventure game structure of like, it's a lot of find thing, bring it to other place, and then like fight some the stuff along the way. But like each area has its own kind of rules. I guess that's what it reminds, like the aspect that it reminds me of the most is the like each. It's like just the gameplay is not one thing through the game. Like there's the controls, and in this game the controls are much better. I hate the way that Conker feels. I think that game is kind of ass, but
Conker is hilarious, like the writing is really funny, but yeah, I kind of stopped playing it after the Great Mighty Pooh fight because it just felt horrible to play. Like, a lot of it is, like, the game will introduce some new thing you have to do, and it's, like, weirdly difficult and annoying to do, and you die a couple times trying to figure out how to do it.
it's like there's one early on that's like you have to like grab, I don't know, a beehive or something, and like you're walking it from one end of an area to another, and things are like flying enemies are attacking you while you do it.
Yeah.
You have to do it like 3 times, and it's just not fun. It's one of those moments where you're like, okay, well this certainly is gameplay, but it's not fun at all. So why? I don't want to do this. Like, I feel like this is just in the way of me getting to the next cool scene or a funny bit of dialogue. And too much of the game is like that. It's just like busy work to make it so it is a game.
Yeah.
And there's a level to which watching you play this, it feels like that sometimes too. I mean, this is like the biggest puzzle that there's been so far, and even then, I don't know if I'd call it a puzzle.
This is platforming.
But it's just like it's not frustrating. It's like, you know, it's conceptually neat. The whole shooting out of flowers and doing the helicopter thing, Zelda has now done the fuck to death since this game. But at the time, it would have been pretty like original. It like, I could see not getting tired of that for like the first 100 times that I did that.
Yeah.
You know?
It's also not like irritatingly difficult. Like, the game is not just constantly, you know, shoving shit up your ass every 2 seconds like Conker was. They make it unnecessarily hard, and it's like you have to learn how to play a whole new game every 5 minutes in order to progress.
They keep saying that I kidnapped her. No matter how many times they say it, it's not going to bring the princess back. If they're not careful, the princess will fall victim to a monster. Why won't they believe what I say? Fine, I get it. Then I shall say nothing more to you. Punish me or do whatever you might. You have them, you do! Just like the princess, stack your pipes. This will work great. By the way, who are you? Oh, not important now. Just listen to me. I was trying to find out about the poison in the swamp, so I went to Woodfall Temple above the waterfall. But the temple had become a monster's lair, and the princess was captured by the monster. Since the Deku King thinks I kidnapped the princess, he won't listen to a word I say. Now the princess is in trouble, so I must somehow hurry to the temple and save her. So then that means you will go in my place and save the princess.
Hi.
So this.
Thank you, Mayday from space.
Marcy says, "Oh my God, this looks so wrong in 16 by 9." What do you think about that?
It's pretty funny. Sometimes during cutscenes, I can see shit that I'm not supposed to see. But, I don't know. After a while, I just stopped noticing it.
It's so smooth and HD looking.
Yup.
Sonata of Awakening.
Hell yeah.
I think there's a segment of people who just simply would not play a game in 4x3. Maybe they were hoping to reach with this.
There's definitely a large sect of gamers who treat widescreen as if it is like an end-all be-all, like having 60 FPS on everything.
I think in general there's a belief people have that they should never have black bars on the screen. That
Yeah.
that is somehow a problem in and of itself. And cuz it used to be with CRTs that most stuff made for television was made in 4x3, but movies were still made in different aspect ratios, not even 16 by 9. It's usually even more cinematic aspect ratios. And then when they would release that stuff to VHS or DVD, they'd have sometimes two different releases, the widescreen or the cropped version, basically, so that you could either have it fill your screen or look like the actual fucking movie.
Yup.
And I think when HD TVs came out, the main appeal to a lot of people was that there just simply would not be black bars on the screen when they watched a widescreen movie. They were thinking, oh well, it'll be correct, and then they get upset whenever they see something that has the black bars on the screen, and it's like, how can you be that distracted by it? Why are you looking over there into the black space? Just ignore that. Just fucking focus on the image in the middle of the goddamn screen. Because there's plenty of movies that are in 4x3 aspect ratio and stuff. So and they look great. They don't look like that because they're old.
Yeah. This motherfucker is back.
The owl.
Ooh, this is a rare sight. You are a fairy child, correct?
No, you got the wrong guy. Go away.
What business might you have in this poison swamp? If you dare not venture further, I shall pass no judgment. It is better that you hurry back to town. This swamp you are in has lost its guardian deity, but it was destined to fade anyway. Woohoot! And that destiny is not solely limited to this swamp. If you have the courage and determination to proceed in the face of destiny, then I shall teach you something useful. Before coming here, had you not seen any of the stone statues that bear close resemblance to me? I have placed those throughout the land to aid the one with the power to change the destiny of this land, wherever he may appear. If you have left proof of our encounter on any of those stone statues, then the song carved at my feet will certainly be of some assistance. Remember it well and play it wherever the need arises. From the first time you play this song, we shall become eternal friends, transcending time and place.
Okay.
That's dope.
Yeah, he has had his role significantly reduced. He just is here to teach me the fast travel song.
Gotta go fast. Gotta go faster. When Mayday mentioned your hair, I noticed that the way, something about the lighting, and the fact that the amazing art that Nisa created right underneath it has like the blue slime mixed in, kind of makes it look like the bottom of your hair is blue.
Interesting.
It's lessened now that you've turned your head, but the lighting, yeah, right there, you can see. No, every time you turn to look at it, it lessens it. It's funny. The way that the light is hitting your hair when you're at the screen makes the tips look blue.
Interesting. I know my hair is constantly changing colors because of the shitty webcam. It's really funny. It's just blonde right now. It's just blonde. Haven't done anything to it in weeks.
Gary said, how the hell did an owl carve statues? Beak.
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 Beak. Hey, can I get that pizza? Boneless.
Zinc in chat said, one of my students had an MLP shirt on today and it made me think of Trixie. You know, the 15th anniversary is coming on October 10th.
Oh shit.
And I haven't figured out what I want to do to celebrate it. Like, I was thinking about doing like a big MLP group watch, but the show is fucking long. Like, it's like 100 episodes long.
Yeah.
I've only even seen less than half of them. So, like,
I've seen
I
like
can't
4.
vouch that like it's, you know, like worth watching all the way through, or that I would want to actually watch the whole thing. But I want to do something, because 15 years is like a crazy amount of time for it to have already been since that show came out. I was in my 20s, so that makes me feel, I think, well, I guess I would have been 19, right? Well, no, I turned 34 this year. Yeah, I would have been 19 when it came out. Is it worth it in 2025? I have no idea. I haven't watched it since 2015 or whatever the fuck. Like, I did not check back in with My Little Pony at any point. I'm used to just moving along, you know? That's my lifestyle, is you get into another thing and then you're into that thing. And then you get into another thing and you're into that thing. The way it goes. Sometimes you might get back into a thing from before. But you know, I'm used to moving a lot, and I've never back into, I guess I moved back into my parents' house before, like a place that they like, well, did I like move back in the sense of living there again? No. Yeah, I've never really like lived in the same place twice, but I've lived in a lot of fucking places. Oh, what the hell are you doing right now? Oh, you made him into an owl.
Yeah, it's a fast travel spot. You can also save your progress, and it's like a quick save thing. Like, you save and quit the game at these things when you need to like take a break, but you're not ready to reset the timer yet.
I see.
That way you don't have to play this game in 5-hour sessions if you don't want to. Here we go. Okay, how the fuck did that song go? That's not it. There we go. That's how we got into the first dungeon.
Gary said just watch season 1. I think at least the first 2, because the second season has all of the most hype episodes in it. And then the third season is the controversial, the one where it got controversial.
The only controversy I heard of with that show was Derpy Hooves.
So Derpy Hooves is more of an exterior controversy.
Very
I mean,
funny.
it was a controversy about the show because, like, basically the fans had, you know, called her Derpy Hooves and decided that she's, like, you know, a dumb horse. And then they had an episode where she's actually voiced in season 2. And the voice actress, you know, gave her like a derpy voice, and then there were some people who were offended by that, but then there were way more people who were offended by those people being offended by that. So it was like a whole thing. But they, they did ultimately like remove that performance and replace it. Like they replaced the voice performance with something more standard. But
Well, they woke up my
ultimately,
ponies, I see.
a lot of fans were let down because they saw it as like, well, we thought that was like that is what Derpy Who's would sound like though, based on the way fans have represented her. Like. It's not like insulting or anything. Like it wasn't an insulting performance. She just sounded like she had a. I don't know what. I don't want to use a word other than derpy that would accidentally make it seem like more of a stereotype. But
They say some parents saw it and were like,
It's making fun of children with learning disabilities.
and they had to change the thing, is what I gather.
yeah, I think they saw the internet and what it what people were saying that it meant and therefore got offended.
I see.
Well,
that's
but-
unfortunate.
But it was a big controversy. But I was talking about at the end of season 3, Twilight turns into an alicorn princess, and it was something that like for the most part. Like it just didn't make sense in the story for it to happen then. Like there was no build up to it. It was just like literally the last episode of the season, all of a sudden like there's like a whole musical episode, and it's a really great episode in and of itself as long as you aren't like upset by the fact that it's like a major plot development just suddenly springs on you with no build up. And like it was pretty clear that the point of the show, like, was that if something like this were to happen, it should happen at the very end. Like it should have been the show about Twilight becoming a princess eventually, and instead, she just kind of becomes a princess because Hasbro demanded it. Like they just told them, you have to do this for the sake of these toys we want to make. Like we don't want to wait around for this.
That's really funny.
And so, like, in season 4, it still kind of feels like the same stuff is like you don't really have this strong sense of Twilight's a princess now. Like you intellectually know that to be true, but it's not like a major factor in the story yet. And then when season 5 is when it finally starts to feel like, okay, now they're really addressing that this is the show about Twilight is a princess. Her friends are the friends of the princess. What are they doing? So the second half of the show is kind of different in that way. And it also introduces new characters and stuff. Some of the younger characters grow up and like there's like real narrative progression. And the ending actually like time skips forward and like fucking Applejack and Rainbow Dash are lesbians. That's all I remember of the ending. I watched just the ending. Oh, and also, Pinkie Pie and fucking Weird Al Yankovic are a couple and have kids together. Canonically.
Alright, I gotta watch this fucking show. when we throw it on right now, fuck this game, we're watching My Little Pony.
Now, technically, his name is Cheese Sandwich, not Weird Al Yankovic, but it is Weird Al.
Even better, holy shit. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, Weird Al episode's pretty great. So like that's like Weird Al shows up in season 4, and like the episode he shows up in, the idea is that Pinkie Pie is jealous of him because he's even better at parties than her, and then it turns out in the end that he actually, when he was a kid, saw her throwing parties when she was a kid, and that's what inspired him in the first place to become a party person. So they become friends. And then I guess sometime way later in the series comes back, and then they end up romantically involved, and now they have children by the end. And I'm like, I don't know how any of that happened. I missed all that.
That sounds crazy. I need to see that. I just really like the idea of her like becoming an alicorn for like just very suddenly. It makes me think of that really old like Oni cartoon. We did like a Dragon Ball parody, and Goku like goes Super Saiyan by just like getting really pissed and going. Hi. Just has the hair, just like. Oh.
I was really into the Alicorn Princess transformation at the time, and one of my biggest videos was me defending it, because I too felt like I had suddenly become an Alicorn Princess because my channel had just like blown up right around then. So I was like, no, this is exactly relatable. Like sometimes responsibility just happens to you, you know? Like sometimes you're just suddenly a badass. You got to deal with that.
It's true. That is always.
But then after watching like season 4, it really felt like, okay, I don't think they were really prepared for her to make this transformation yet, like in terms of what they had planned.
I don't think any of them were remotely prepared for the level of success that show got.
No.
It was just like, oh, okay. People are like invested. Fuck.
Yeah, and it's also a case of the woman who created it and was running it left after the first season. Like,
Yes.
she's a little bit involved in season 2, but she left before it even like went to air. So it's one of those things where it's like you can see the original vision, and then you can feel where it starts to veer away from that vision. And then you can feel how it, you know, it kind of becomes the shadow of itself, but the new people in charge of it are still trying to make it good. So it's not like they're just phoning it in, you know, but it's like there's a lot of people who really resonated with the way that it felt originally when Lauren Faust was in control of it, and who just feel like it diminished from that point forward.
I was going to ask if there were any My Little Pony truthers who were like, it's just not the same.
Oh yeah, from season 1, like
my
there was
God.
a lot of that. Like, I think you'd be surprised how different it actually feels. Like, because it was a pretty large segment of people who only like season 1, like, because even Gary, you know, said like, yeah, I just watched the first season. It's like,
Yeah.
I get what you mean, but like,
It's just funny.
if
to
you only
me.
watch
I
the
don't
first
know.
season, season 2 starts off with the Discord episode, and like that's like you're not even gonna know what the fucking song's about if you don't. Like, surely, I assume everybody, when they think My Little Pony's Friendship is Magic, immediately thinks Discord. I'm howling at the moon and sleeping in the middle of a. You know this song, right?
Nah, it sounds like
You're shitting me.
a little
You don't know the
snippet you
Discord
just sang.
song?
A little snippet you just sang reminded me of some of those cringy Undertale parody songs they used to have back in the day.
They're the same guys made those. The fucking the Brony community in like okay.
Oh man.
Until the Brony community, like there was no American culture of fan music. Like there was
Ooh.
Toho fan music, there was like anime fan music, I
Powerful
guess.
shit. Yeah.
But like Bronies created this whole culture of making music about the show, and it was mostly just because of the popularity of EDM and dubstep at the time. That like dubstep was really huge in 2012
Me.
when My Little Pony music was like several producers who were just like teaching themselves how to make dubstep and happened to theme it around My Little Pony, and then those songs got huge within that community, inspired all these other producers to try to make the same type of shit, and then there was just tons of it. But like one of the earliest songs was this guy called Eurobeat Brony, who, if you don't know what Eurobeat is, the music from Initial D is that, and it's like a very particular type of like high BPM upbeat you know, EDM. And Eurobeat Brony made this song called Discord, about Discord, the villain from the first 2 episodes of season 2, who eventually becomes like a major character. He gets like reformed, joins the team, is around through the rest of the show. But basically, Eurobeat Brony made this song about Discord, and then this other guy called The Living Tombstone did a remix of that song. And the Discord Living Tombstone remix is like one of the biggest fan songs ever made of anything. It was fucking ridiculously huge. It was put into Rock Band 2 at the time.
That's amazing.
It was all over the place. And Living Tombstone was like by far and away the biggest celebrity of the Brony. Like the only person who was legitimately like a celebrity to a level where he could not walk around at the Brony conventions because like he'll just get stopped constantly. So he had to be like, you know, they had to move him around in back ways and stuff like that. Whereas everybody else was there like to fiend on the attention, to be stopped by their fans. But for him, it was like too much. Also, he is an Israeli dude from Israel who had like traveled to America to go to these cons and was just like overwhelmed by the culture shock of being bombarded by young autistic people who love his music.
Damn. Yeah, we don't have autistic people in Israel. Those are an American invention.
Got some autism. But yeah, that song was tremendous, and so to a lot of people, the My Little Pony fandom is just that song. Like that is their understanding of it is the Discord song. And then the Discord app came out like a year later after that, and I'm certain it's because of that song. I'm 100% certain the Discord app is named after Discord, the My Little Pony character song about.
I sure hope so, because
Try to convince me otherwise, it won't work. Nobody can do it. Thoughts on the meme episode? I don't think I got that far.
Is it like in that episode of Powerpuff Girls where Bubbles turns into a fucking like Rage Comics meme and says, "No me gusta"?
I don't think I know that one.
It's pretty horrific.
Kindred Corpus said Living Tombstone also did the Mercy Overwatch song, I think. He did a lot of big... So, after My Little Pony fan base, like, died down, a lot of the big creators in that space had to find something tangentially, popular to move on to grift off of. Because, like, anytime a creator would start making original content that's not My Little Pony, they would be accused of leaving the fandom. And this was a phrase that got parroted all the time. Oh, you're leaving the fandom. And it made a lot of creators in that fandom. Yeah, it was very cultish. And this was the biggest problem that most creators had with it, and why so many of us ended up having kind of a sour attitude towards it, is that it felt like if you tried to reach out and broaden what you were doing as an artist, then you would just be totally denied, if not by people complaining, then just by your view counts being non-existent because you didn't put a recognizable horse face on it, And so I think a lot of people in that sphere truly didn't understand that they're kind of a big fish in a small pond. If it wasn't for the fact that you're making My Little Pony music, it's not actually good enough for people to care about it, so that's why it's not succeeding when it's not pony related. But the really smart producer said, I don't need to get better, I just need to find another fan base I can grift off of when I'm tired of pony. And a lot of them went to Western cartoons because this was around the time that Steven Universe was really big, and Western cartoons are kind of growing. Star vs. Forces of Evil was out, and Gravity Falls and stuff like that.
God, I forgot about Star Versus. I was so into that when it started, and I was so fucking let down by it. Halfway through, I was like, this show sucks now. What happened?
And then the ones who didn't Saber Spark is the example of My Little Pony YouTuber became cartoon YouTuber and still doing that successfully now. And he swallowed up a lot of the guys who were smaller in that space to just go work for him. And then on the music side, they all got into Five Nights at Freddy, because that was the next big thing that kids got into.
Yes.
So
the MatPat stuff, yeah.
Yeah, MatPat made it super popular, but Living Tombstone made some huge Five Nights at Freddy's songs, and and then I'm trying to remember what the next big thing was after that, because I feel like there was another. I guess Undertale would be the next one that people moved in.
Story of Undertale.
Thank you. But there's definitely a pipeline from My Little Pony and Homestuck and Steven Universe fan bases all kind of converging right into Undertale. That's kind of what happened to everything from that era. And it's kind of funny because I feel like Undertale is remembered so well that its reputation has swallowed all those. Like, people don't talk about Homestuck anymore.
Yeah.
Because all the Homestuck fans are just even more, even bigger of Undertale fans, basically. Except for me, because I liked Homestuck.
Yeah.
I thought Undertale was just okay.
I loved Undertale. Thought Homestuck was pretty incomprehensible. I like powered through Act 1 and was like, I don't care enough.
You can't power through it. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to read Homestuck, you have to appreciate that it is not about anything whatsoever. Like,
it is funny. Like, it was like, I enjoyed what I read. I was just like,
Yeah.
I don't get what's hype about it. Like, it was fine. I don't know.
Nothing is hype about Act 1. That's the thing. Like, people only started caring about Homestuck in Act 4 when they introduced the trolls and troll romance in particular.
That's right. Yeah.
And the reason troll romance is so popular is that it's basically, how my fucking neurotyping chart got like really popular, and like the people who loved it, like all they wanted to do was like neurotype themselves, like figure out where people fit on the chart all the time.
Yeah,
That was
funny.
basically troll romance. Like, troll romance is there's 4 quadrants, and it's like 4 different types of relationships that can happen between trolls on like a biological level. They have these 4 different relationships, and like all 4 of them are different kinds of toxic relationships. So like, because the characters are all teenagers and they are all like innately predisposed to toxic relationships, teenagers fucking loved this shit because it gave them a rubric to talk about their own relationships. Obviously, all teenagers' relationships are toxic. So, like, these, they could say, oh, well, me and him are kismets, and me and her are fucking whatever the other one names of fucking. There's like 4 different goofy names for types of troll relationships. And so there's this like 2 pages of Homestuck that are just breaking down the troll relationships. It became like an infamous meme on Tumblr. And it just like massively exploded the level of the comic's popularity. But the thing is that like most of the people who were, I think, brought into Homestuck too, what the fuck is this thing? What in the actual Dark Souls ass motherfuck is this? I did not know about this. This is a boss in Majora's Mask?
Yeah.
Is this like a boss or just like a mid-boss?
This is the boss of the dungeon.
I don't think I've ever seen this fucking guy before. I don't know how. It surely must have been watching like Matthew Matos's analysis or something. Like, the noise he makes is what the fuck?
He's pretty creepy.
You know what he reminds me of? Is the Courage the Cowardly Dog Return the Slab guy.
That's a good comparison. I find them about equally frightening, honestly.
The fucking noise he makes is like, the man and ghost, the man and ghost.
Oh no, he's bringing down a plague.
Oh no, he is Dark Souls 2 boss. That fucking noise is like annoying, but also such a trip.
Oh god.
I mean, it kind of sounds like just a soundbite of like some Indian song or something that's being like played.
All the bugs. No, not the bugs.
It's just like a weird sound file in some kind of sound bank they have.
I really love this fight because we don't really get bosses like this in Zelda anymore. Like after this game, it's always like, you need the right item that you found in the dungeon to solve the puzzle, to hit the thing, hit the tweak point, and then you hit it. And it's like, no, this is just a guy that you fight. Like,
I mean, the butterfly shit is like nauseating. But yeah, it tripped me out as soon as I saw him because I was like, what? You're fighting a guy? Like, when do you ever just fight a guy, like a big dude in Zelda? You know, other than Ganon.
God.
Whoa, what the hell is this shit?
Whirling.
This is like the most like Souls-like thing I feel like I've seen.
Bro, it looks like a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
Anyway,
no,
what I was saying before I got interrupted by how fucked this guy is. Actually, what were you about to say?
I was just gonna say this is the boss fight that was the most ruined in the remake.
I see.
So they made the room really bright and colorful and had him stand around like a
Oh.
dumbass while you slowly hover over him and drop Deku Nuts on his head.
Why? Why'd they do all
They
that?
put a giant eyeball weak spot on him. It's fucking
This was
stupid.
terrifying and nerve-wracking and bizarre and interesting and frightfully memorable, but in that way that you definitely forget until you're reminded. Kind of like that fucked up guy at the bottom of the well in Ocarina.
Yeah, no, they made
That
some
fucking
bizarre
noise.
and terrible decisions in the remake of this one.
I hear that noise in my nightmares.
Yeah. Give me that.
Master time.
I got his remains.
Odol was.
Free to the innocent spirit this dark mask had kept imprisoned within the body of Odolwa. Yeah, this game's pretty intense. Oh yeah, more
Is this
motion
like,
blur.
It's like Breath of the Wild where we go into their memories or something.
I honestly have no idea what this is supposed
This
to be.
looks sick. The fuck is this place?
What's that?
It's Abraham Lincoln. Don't you recognize him? He looks like the Grok, actually.
What the fuck? Oh, he's one of the giants.
Yup.
Wait, listen. It seems to be saying something. Could that crying be its way of teaching us some sort of melody? Don't just stand there. Get your instrument.
This is how you summon them.
This would be a good metal song, is all I'm saying. Oath to Order. Gotta say, not one of the stronger songs. Not one of the more.
Nope.
Not one of the more meaningful melody. Guy's just fucking standing there making cow noises. Call.
Call us. That's what it's saying.
Yep, gotta save all the giants, free their spirits, and then summon them to make them stop the moon. My brother figured that out before finishing the game because they show it in Super Smash Bros. Melee. There's like a stage in that game. It's the Great Bay from Majora's Mask, and in the background you can see the moon falling, and the giants will like push it back into the sky.
Yeah, I remember. Wow. Man, I haven't played fucking Melee in forever.
Yeah.
The four people Tile talked about. Do you think he was talking about the spirit that was sealed inside that mask? Oh, hey, you were pretty good out there. Have you done this before or what? Now just keep up that pace and save the other three. Hey! All that stuff I did to you? You're a horse? I apologize. Sorry. There, I apologize, so don't hold it against me, got it? Now then, we've helped the princess just like the monkey asked. So now our next stop is in the mountains. Let's hurry and do something about that skull kid.
Don't be forgetting. Have to save the Deku princess, of course.
Oh. Cute.
I enjoy this creature.
What? Who are you? Link, pleased to meet you. I am the Deku Princess. Were you by chance asked by that monkey to come save me? Aha! Just as I suspected. You see, your body smells a little bit like monkey. So, the monkey made it back fine after all. That's good.
I think she's in love with that monkey.
I was worried that when I didn't come home, my father would think that monkey had kidnapped me. I was worried that my father would even go so far as to punish the poor monkey. Don't tell me. Are you serious? Is father actually doing that? Yet another hasty decision, father.
Shaking with rage.
Well, we haven't any time to lose. Quickly, Mr. Link, could you please find something to carry me in so you can take me to the Deku Palace?
Yeah, I think
Like,
so.
so much personality and just the movement with having like no capability to express facially at all, barely any body.
I remember
Still, they managed it all.
remember being a kid and watching my brother piece this together in real time. Just like, what? How do I carry you?
How? What? Okay. What was the logic there?
Just
The
like, well,
bottle's
that
just
worked, I
magic?
guess. I don't know. It's a tight fit, but she says she'll be fine if you hurry.
Oh my god. Poke holes in it.
Mr. Link, there's no time to lose. Hurry, take me to the palace.
It's like,
Holy
fucking
moly.
broke her spine. Like, broke all her bones to
What's
squeeze.
going on with the music in this scene, by the way? That was getting weird. I'm really surprised how much Twilight Princess actually took from this at the start, with the whole monkeys in the Deku
Oh yeah.
like temple. It's literally almost the same thing.
Yeah, well, you know, it's the same timeline. Twilight Princess is the sequel to this in Ocarina, so they decided to blend the aesthetics a little bit, mix in some of that that spooky ooze.
Spooky ooze.
Yeah. They kicked me out, but they let me back in anyway. Very goofy.
Silly guy.
He's about to die.
Oh my god.
Why are you
Why are
waiting,
you
Mr. Link?
waiting?
Open this bottle and release me right where my father is standing.
She is ready.
They're like dunking him repeatedly into the boiling.
It's like dancing. Psychopath.
How about that? Hot, isn't it? The monkey shall suffer and suffer till he can suffer no more. You shall know the wrath of a king whose darling princess was taken away from him.
Yeah, about that.
Stupid. Oh, my princess, my darling princess, you are all right? I was so worried.
Just poured out a bottle of Princess. Foolish father! Beating the shit out of him.
What are you doing? Let that monkey go this instant! What are you, stupid? Oh, Mr. Monkey, I am truly sorry. Father does such rash things when he's worried about me.
I understand, Princess. Forget about that. Has the temple been returned to normal?
Why, yes, thanks to Mr. Link here, I am truly very grateful.
Oh, so you're content, are you? Thank you for keeping your promise to me. As a symbol of our gratitude, our butler has
Our butler has prepared a little something for you. Please accept it. You'll find it in the shrine that will be to your right when you leave the palace.
Yes, more butler. Go. Oh, this game is adorable. It's horrifying, but it's also adorable.
I just realized Bird's probably gonna get off work soon and he might call me, but I will just mute myself for a minute and take that call and then be right back if it happens.
Yeah.
Gumbo combo. Where's this butler?
He's over here in the shrine off to the left of the castle.
Does every Deku have to jump on all these lily pads every time they want to get into this place?
Oh, I hope so. It'd be really funny.
Link, I am truly thankful for what you have done for the princess. As a sign of our gratitude, we Deku have prepared something that we think may assist you. I will lead you to it. Oh, please follow me.
Fuck, you need a number. Oh, he's flying with it.
Yeah, this is like a harder version of the Dampy race from Ocarina of Time. At least this guy doesn't throw fire at me, though. Yeah, this race is quite a bit faster and requires a bit more platforming. Shit.
Oh
Back,
no!
Fucker, you fucker, you fucker, you fucker. No.
Oh no!
I've goofed up. I've goofed up so bad. There he is.
Oh, this also feels very Dark Souls, actually. Reminds me of going down to Ash Lake in that big tree house. I love the designs on the walls here. Kind of reminds me of like a Knuckles or a Rouge the Bat level from Sonic Adventure 2.
I want to stream Sonic games in the near future.
Rolling around at full speed of sound. Yeah, you should do that. A big, ooh, flamin' hot Cheeto.
That's another thing they changed in the remake. They replaced those firewalls with just fences that do not hurt you when you touch them.
Boo.
They really tried to baby-proof that game.
For what purpose? Like, why? Who wanted that?
Because this game was made in, like, a year, and Eiji Aonuma is a lot less happy with it than all the people who grew up with it. And he decided that the game was too hard and severely flawed and needed to be, you know, fixed. And
That makes sense.
most fans do
He
not
George
agree
Lucas.
with his decision.
He Han shot first it. Or Han didn't shoot first it, rather. He Greedo shot first it.
Yeah. Yeah, basically. To soften this game's edges. It's just too creepy. Like, everyone on Earth is like, I love Majora's
Well
Mask 'cause
done,
it's so
Link.
creepy.
Yeah.
Now here's the item I promised. Please accept it.
Basically made this game more homogenized and more like other Zelda games, when everything that makes it interesting is that it's less like other Zelda games.
And it's not like doing all of that will make it into another game. It's just going to make it a shittier version of itself.
Yeah.
Actually, when I see you, I am reminded of my son who left home long ago. Somehow I feel as if I am once more racing with my son. I am afraid I may have tried too hard to outrun you. As old as I am still a fast competitor, just like when I raced my son. Please forgive my rudeness.
Yes, I don't know if you picked up on it from him saying the words "my son" like 3 times, but that dead tree that we saw the other day, that was his son who
Oh,
fucking
you're
died.
wearing his son's fucking face.
Yup. Hey, you want it back?
Dude.
You can have this back if you want. Here you go. Okay, bye.
I have your son's soul in this mask.
That was pretty epic.
Oh, nice. Is this it for Deku? Is it all Deku'd up?
Yeah, I think we done Deku'd. That's one section of the game completed.
1/4. Would you say it's already a fourth of the game done, or does it
No.
get a lot more complicated after this
I would say
first one?
I would say each section of the game gets more complicated than the last. So like the second one will take a bit longer, and then the third one will take a little longer than that, and the fourth one is like the biggest. The fourth one is also my favorite. That cloudy area on the right there. It's so fucking cool and interesting. I mean, all the game is cool and interesting, but like, that's like...
I remember being a really big fan of the second boss, which I assume is the rolling one.
Yes, that one's awesome.
And then I think they also put that, like they put that in Twilight Princess, but it's like 2 of them or some shit. Like you fight 2 rolling guys at the same time.
I don't think that was a thing. Are you thinking of like the boss fight where you're on the spinning top fighting the giant skeleton lizard?
Maybe. I haven't played it myself. I just watched Victor play parts of it, so it could just be I'm remembering totally wrong.
Oh, maybe you'll watch me play it one day and we can refresh your memory.
Bang, bang time.
I fucking
What do we want to
Princess.
play after Majora's Mask? We haven't even considered that.
I don't know.
I guess we'll figure out by then.
Yeah. There's a bunch of shit we could play. Lots of cool video games. I was thinking, when we're doing our series of, you know, breakdowns of the Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy games, I was like, I could just stream some of those. Like, maybe not the whole thing. But I was like they have that, I was saying when we get to Dragon Quest 3 in particular, I'm like, I kind of want to stream the HD version just because I never played it. But, like, I've already played the retro versions, like, multiple times, so I'm like, I need to play the HD version because the HD Dragon Quest 1 and 2 comes out in, like, a month, and I'm really excited.
So wait. So HD Dragon Quest 3 already exists, but 1 and 2 is the one that's new.
Yes, because...
And we found out they're changing, like, a lot. Like, they added a ton of shit into it.
Yeah, the 3 remake was relatively faithful. They just, like, added some new features from the later games to, like, really flesh it out and make it more complicated. Because the game's old as shit, but for 1 and 2, it's like, yeah, those games are so old and so dated and, like, comparatively primitive to the rest of the series that those games are just getting, like, a whole overhaul, like a whole facelift. It looks like Dragon Quest 1 is not even going to be the same game anymore. Honestly, it looks so different. But yeah, they released 3 before 1 and 2 because 3 is like the more popular one, I guess. Like in Japan, at least, Dragon Quest 3 is very, very loved. And they decided to do 1 and 2 just as like a, why not? Like after the fact.
It's interesting, you know, Dragon Quest, the first game, as we talked about, was like not initially a success, but then like the creator kind of talked it up until it was a success.
Yup.
And I think the second one was like more successful out the gate, right? Than the first.
I think so.
And like it's interesting because the first two games never came out stateside at the time. Like, they didn't come out in the US until later. It was like 1989 when Dragon War finally came out, and Dragon Quest had come out in like 86.
Yeah.
So
once the
in that
series had
3-year
picked up
gap,
enough steam in Japan, then to be like, maybe it's worth it.
but like it's interesting because in Japan, Metroid wasn't that successful, and that came out like right after Dragon Quest, like a month later, but didn't get that, you know, that push where they had the creator advocating for it in a magazine and coming out with the sequel the next year. Metroid didn't come out for the sequel for like 6 years. But it was a huge success in the United States and ended up, like, overall, Metroid outsold the first 2 Dragon Quests on NES. It was the 18th best-selling game on the console. But the Dragon Quest 3 and 4, despite not coming out in the United States at all, nevertheless both outsold Metroid and were, like, I think in the top 10 on the NES overall.
Yeah,
So
Dragon Quest
that
3
just
and
gives us
4
that,
in
like,
America? What?
That's what I said.
Oh, I thought you said they didn't.
Wait, you said they did put them out in America?
Yeah, they did.
On the NES?
Yeah.
Oh. So,
Yeah,
damn,
no
they
one bought
released
them.
all of them? Nobody bought any of them? I just thought they had only released the first one or two.
They stopped after, oh shit, that's a big rupee. They stopped after 4 because the sales were so low, and then they didn't bring the series back till 7 on the PS1. Because in Japan only, Dragon Quest 7 was a huge fucking deal. It was like the highest selling game in Japan at the time. So they're like, I guess we'll bring it back to America. And then, you know, like a year or 2 after the game was a huge hit in Japan, and it already had very dated graphics, the game came out in America, where it basically looks like a souped-up Super Nintendo game, and this was like after Final Fantasy VII had already become a big hit, so it did not stand a chance. No one in America gave a fuck about Dragon Warrior 7.
Yeah, I remember the PS2 one being the first one that, like,
Yeah.
I had met anyone who had played in the West.
Even I have friends who grew up with Dragon Quest 8 on the PS2, and they didn't even like it. They told me, yeah, we had a Dragon Quest game, that was ass.
Yeah, I had a
It's so
friend in high
not.
school who was into it.
Ugh.
But every time somebody told me about it, they were like, yeah, it's like 100 hours long. There's no way I'm gonna end up fucking beating it.
It's okay
Looks
for a game to
gorgeous,
be
though.
long. The problem is that some of these games are too fucking slow. They-
Yeah.
You know, in a game like it's not, the problem isn't that it's long, it's that it feels too long. That's the problem I run into with a lot of JRPGs.
Oh yeah, on the Metroid point I was making, just that it fascinates me that Dragon Quest was so successful in Japan that even though it totally bombed in the US, it's still one of the biggest games on the console. And Metroid Retro, the opposite, you know, so big in the US, it's one of the bigger games on the console. Totally bombed in Japan, and then proceeded to just bomb everywhere for its existence for the most part.
I'm really glad that Metroid has like gained more appreciation over the years, though. It's like
Metroid Dread is actually the best-selling Metroid game
yeah.
to date. So there's a shot. We got a chance.
Is one of the positives of you know, the internet making things more accessible, bringing more people together, is there are really cool shit becoming more popular on a global scale, and we get to have more of it because of that.
I
Case
think,
in point that there are like 2 Dragon Quest remakes coming out within the next 5 months. I'm very pleased about that.
I definitely think that the internet is the only reason that like representation finally started getting like considered
Oh yeah, for sure.
and being like a thing that like companies were trying to do on purpose. Ooh. The
yeah.
atmosphere.
Oh yeah. Very cozy.
There's no way Prime 4 makes back its budget. Probably not, especially that now that it's been in development for fucking 8 years or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, when was that announced? Like 2017? It feels like it's been an eternity. I think I was a totally
has.
different person when they announced Metroid Prime 4.
I was tripping when I fucking was looking at the dates of these games because I still haven't played Dread yet, and in my head it came out like last year, and it came out in 2021. So
A lifetime ago.
I'm way behind on that. And then I also, well, I was like, the reason I never ended up playing Dread was because I had gotten stalled on, like, I picked up Samus Returns, played it for like 20 minutes, and then been kind of like, oh, I don't know about this counter system, and then never picked it back up. And then I realized that came out in 2017. So, I literally like started up Samus Returns, and just because I didn't like having to parry, I like haven't picked up Metroid since then. And I was like, damn, gamers really are fickle, and I'm as bad as any. Even though I've played Metroid Prime Remastered, so I guess I should say I have played some Metroid since then. But yeah, but I'm just really curious, like, what Prime 4 is gonna be like, because the Metroid Prime Remaster is like exactly the same game as the GameCube game, just with better graphics. It's like so like I don't know. I don't know the game like the back of my hand at a level be like absolutely identify anything different, but as far as I can tell, there's nothing changed. Literally not one thing changed about the Metroid Prime Remaster, which is good. But, like, does that signify that Prime 4 will follow, design-wise, the principles of Prime 1, or will it be more like Primes 2 or 3, which are very different? Like, all three of them are totally different games. So, like, I have no way to predict what Prime 4 is even going to try to do.
Well, you know, hindsight is 20/20, and I would hope that they'd have the ability to, you know, perceive how much more loved the first Prime is over 2 and 3.
You say that, but
accordingly.
2 is just as, if not more, beloved than Prime 1.
Is it?
Like,
I know there's like
yes.
some niche weirdos in the fandom who are like, actually, Prime 2 is the best one. But I
no,
thought those were just...
it's not like that at all. Prime
Oh.
2 is like absolutely considered one of the best games in the series.
That's crazy. I had no idea.
I
I thought it was like the...
At the time, it scored even higher, like reviews wise.
I
Like,
thought Prime 2 was like the ignored one. That's intense.
no, well, it was ignored in terms of sales, but all of them were.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is hilarious, by the
I'm
way.
gonna mute my.
Oh, okay. I will take over reading the dialogue, because this is just... This creature is funny.
Well, Daddy, I'm cold, Daddy.
Look at that demon. It's like a fucking... It's got like a... What animal skin would you say that diaper is made of? What dead animal is that? Oh, I can feel it pounding in the back of my head. We're at our wits' end. The elder went to Snowhead and doesn't seem to be coming back. Now his son is so lonely he won't stop crying. It keeps getting colder outside, and inside we're so cold we could freeze. Damn, I better find that elder and shut that fucking baby up. Feels like I'm back at my old job. Really want to play Dragon Quest IV. I have it downloaded on my 3DS. Dragon Quest IV is excellent. I mean, I'm a fan of the series. I think all of them are excellent, but like Dragon Quest IV is like a top tier Dragon Quest for sure. It's one of the best. Oh, I forgot the owl came back at this part. All right. Woot! We meet again, fairy child. Have my stone statues been of help? Well, it seems you may have the strength to change the fate of this land as I had expected, but the road ahead is even more challenging. Many trials await you. Please watch over these Gorons around you. The land is doomed to be smothered in snow and ice forever. It will become a land where no living thing can survive. Without courage and determination, you will surely collapse from the extreme conditions. But if that courage and determination burns bright within you, then that's another story. So will you proceed? Yeah. Hoot hoot hoot! You are a child of many strengths. Well, perhaps you do have enough strength to change the fate of this mountain after all. I shall take to the air now, flying toward that shrine across the way, so follow behind me. Do not be daunted by appearances. Instead, let your feelings guide you, and the true path shall be open before you. Are you ready? Follow behind me. Fire arrow to help with the cold. Oh, don't worry, we'll get to that. This is so fucking neat, by the way. It's just like Indiana Jones in The Last Crusade, the invisible bridge. Just gotta throw sand on it, it's cool. Hoot hoot! I have certainly been assured of your courage and determination. From here on, you must not be fooled by appearances. You must rely on your feelings. Enter the shrine. Something that will aid you in your quest lies within. Use that item when returning from here. Pretty direct instructions. It's definitely one of those moments in this game where if you didn't know the owl was there, I could very much see a new player just wandering around going, where do I fucking go? For like a good while before finding you. Like nothing really points you in that direction. Just walk around till you find the fucking owl. He'll tell you what to do. Invisible skull chiller there. Alright. Gimme. The lens of truth. You'd think this game would be a little disappointing, what with how often you're just reclaiming old gear from Ocarina of Time. The thing is, transformation masks make it so much fun, because you get so many new toys to play with. Getting to transform into a Goron is so fucking fun. Oh, look who it is. Dead guy.
Can it be? Are you able to see me? If you truly can see me, then follow behind me.
I'm back.
Meow. So what you missed was I went inside the Goron city, and they had a baby that was crying and wouldn't shut the fuck up, and all the Gorons were very upset about it. Told me that the baby's father, the elder, left and hasn't come back. And then I talked to the owl, who just happened to be outside, and he told me to follow behind him, and he dropped down feathers on top of invisible platforms to show me where they were. And on the other side of the chasm, found the Lens of Truth. And the Lens of Truth let me see this dead Goron, who is now telling me to follow him.
That's probably the baby's dad, right?
Yeah.
Dead ass.
So. Or maybe this isn't his dad, maybe this is someone else, but... Because there's like a different guy who left and hasn't come back yet, and I forget which is the dad.
I feel like it's very Zelda to like inform you that a character like a child has lost their parent, but by way of but you can see the ghost, so clearly it's not all the way depressing, like that kind of edgy but cutesy at the same time.
That's what this game is all about.
For sure.
Well, being spooky, but also, like, very whimsical at the same time.
Freaky and funny.
I absolutely adore this game from top to bottom. It's just really unique. Like, there's nothing like this out there. And honestly, I'm kind of shocked. I've never seen anything try to capture this game's, like, tone or anything about it, really. I guess because, I mean, it's not really replicable.
Yeah, it's that it exists inside the infrastructure of Zelda, you know? Like if I think about a game that is trying to do something like this, I think Psychonauts.
Yeah.
Like, which I wouldn't call aesthetically similar to this, because it's not trying to operate in the framework of this has to be a Zelda game on top of being, you know, like a weird psychological adventure game experiment thing. But like, because of that game also gets to do like way more unhinged stuff with its aesthetics and its mechanics. It just, I would say the biggest problem with that game is just not being mechanically tight the way that, you know, Nintendo games are. Just that, feels so good.
Yeah. That Psychonauts is pretty fucking cool. Controls are a little unwieldy, but I love that game.
This is the grave where a Goron rests. I came here to put up the great hero's memorial. But the return route has been blocked by snow, and I can't get back to Goron village. And even worse, my brother has been frozen solid from the cold. The way things are looking, I'll be frozen too. Oh, it's times like this that makes me wish I had taken some of the hot spring water I found when I was digging the hero's grave. Hot spring digging the heroes. Did he bury the hero there?
Yep.
But the hot spring is now covered by the gravestone. I can't move a gravestone that big by myself. Did he leave a soggy corpse? But I guess this is what's meant by the Goron saying there's no lit rocks. Brr. You don't split them when they eat them? Yeah, well.
It's time to visit.
Goro.
There he is. Yeah, it's the Goron hero who died, not the dad.
This looks like the fucking place you fight Gwyn in goddamn Dark Souls.
The killing of the first flame.
The soaring one said the one who could see me would be arriving soon. It seems that it turned out to be true. I am Darmani III. The blood of the proud Goron heroes runs in me. This feels strange for me to say, but when I was alive, I was a renowned warrior and veteran. Yes, I was alive. But alas, I am now dead. I was fine until I marched off to Snowhead by myself, hoping I could drive off a demon. It had been wreaking havoc on Goron Village, then the blizzard at Snowhead blew me into the valley, and now, here I am. How infuriating. As I am, I can only watch as Goron Village is slowly buried in ice. I may have died, but I cannot rest. So you can use magic. The Soaring One also told me you were able to use it. I beg you, bring me back to life with your magic. If it is beyond your power, then I beg of you to do this for me instead. Heal my sorrows. Any way that you can do it will suffice. Please, heal my sorrows.
Okay.
Love the fucked up color palette of this zone here.
It looks so good.
What a soothing melody. My sorrows are melting away into the song.
Soothing? That song? Alright. Guess for a ghost.
It has magical properties.
Oh, he's getting hyped by his homies. Art.
It's so intense.
Hey, let's go. This is what the game is really about.
I leave my undying feelings with you. The deeds I accomplished while living are carved on my grave. You should read it.
When I was a kid, I was like really confused about why they had put the Deku mask in there because I totally understood the Goron and Zora. I was like, fuck yes, you get to be a Goron and a Zora. This is fucking awesome. And I was like, Deku? Whoever wanted to be a Deku scrub? And like, that is so clearly not the point. Like, the point is that you wouldn't want to be a Deku. It's like a depowering, you know, Link is a fucking legendary hero when he gets turned into a goddamn Deku scrub. That's the point.
It's pretty funny. I just love, God, the idea of this game is so fucking cool. Like, you had all these different new, like, characters, these new, like, species introduced in Ocarina of Time that greatly expanded the world of Zelda. And now you get to interface with those cultures more directly by becoming them. Like, a lot of things a lot of functions that would normally be done by, you know, collecting like new gear, new items and shit, like bows and bombs or whatever, you can just get new masks and transform into something else, and a lot of those abilities come with the masks. Like, the Zora has boomerangs naturally built into its body. The Goron functions like a hammer because his body is fucking heavy. Like,
being able to roll around, it's just dank too. Oh my god, he's so adorable.
I like his little feet. Little feet touching me. It's also funny that I can make him spin faster when I do this little jump move and go like, ooh!
He's even more amorphous than a morph ball.
He's so funny.
You're not the great Darmani, are you? Then just whose grave was I making? Did you come back to life because it was so warm beneath your grave?
Oh yeah, I got some of that fucking spring water. Ow!
Oh!
Touch the ice and I just instantly become frozen. That's how ice works in real life. You touch and you're just like, ah!
Can you imagine if, like, you just thought the game was done, you had to turn the console off?
The game freezes too. That's switching.
What have I been doing? Oh, are you alright, brother? You were frozen, but the great Darmani saved you. The great Darmani? What's with you? Are you half asleep? Did you hear this guy? The great Darmani died long ago and is lying in his... Darmani! I was shocked too, but somehow it seems the great Darmani isn't dead. Really? With this, a star of hope appears in Goron Village. Great Darmani, please do something about the blizzard blowing in from Snowhead.
Okay. I need more spring water though.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of games try to do the thing where they underpower you at the start so that you'll feel like that sense of progression. Like Metroid does it obviously in like Super Metroid and Metroid Prime, where you start off with like more abilities, then you lose them, regain those abilities, and gain even more abilities as the game goes. I always felt like Metroid did a pretty good job with that, although it could be a little bit frustrating to lose your power. I feel like this game does a really great job by doing the Deku Scrub thing, because it's interesting, it's different. It doesn't necessarily read as like, oh, I'm underpowered, and like the movement doesn't feel shitty. It feels different.
Yeah.
You've got your little spin thing that's pretty fun to do, and like
It gives you a
your
little speed
bubbles
boost, and like if you speed boost out of the little spin fast enough, you can get like a kind of a running start into the water and hop across the water more quickly, and it's really satisfying to do. Like being
And
a Deku
importantly,
is fun.
like, the Deku challenges are built around the Deku controls. It's not like you're doing you're having to fight, the stuff Link would have to fight and it feels like shit. You're doing a totally different thing, and that's why they want to do it. Like, they let you start as Link so that yes, you will be controlling Link. It will feel like Ocarina of Time at some point, but the point of this is not to have that same kinesthetic experience the whole way through. We're trying to create like a multitude of game feels that are all relevant at different points,
There he is. There's Data.
I definitely feel like the fact that the transformations are so different in how they control is the thing that makes this game feel the most like open and interesting to return to, in that way of like, you could be whatever masks you have. Like, you get to choose if you want to be Goron or Zora, basically, once you have them.
It's already this late. I must hurry.
Oh no, another slow dude.
I think if I watch him long enough, he will just go like, yeah, and freeze again. Which is really
This is
funny.
he feels very like, he reminds me of the dude who's all fucked up in Dark Souls down when you go to the other spider lady. You have to like wait for that guy to go to the spider
Oh,
lady. You know
yeah.
what I'm talking about.
You have no eggs.
You know that guy. I love killing that lady and then upsetting him. She goes, "What have you done? What have you done?" Ah! He made it like 10 feet. Like 10 feet and he just dies. Oh god. Hey, I gotta fucking thaw him for realists. I was just fucking around. I just wanted to see if he would freeze again. Oh, look at the time. I better get going. Ah!
What had you done wrong? Why did he freeze again?
He's just slow as shit. I have to talk to him again.
I see.
He should not have left home. This was a foolish decision.
Like that he's in an ice block and in a snowball.
He's double hidden.
Tingle's just floating in the background over there.
Tingle, tingle! Oh, you're Darmani. But you're supposed to be dead. Am I hallucinating? Maybe this is also the doing of Snowhead's magic power. I've been made a fool of. But that's impossible. I refuse to flinch. If I can see past the illusion, you'll vanish in an instant. What? My son is crying because he misses me? Why do you know that?
Why does this old man have a baby?
We don't know how Goron reproduction works. Does he lay eggs out his mouth like Piccolo?
Oh my god.
Oh, forgive me, my child. Your father has work to do. No money. Be you a ghost or a figment of my imagination, I no longer care. If you feel pity for my crying son, then please, quietly sing my song. Sing my son to sleep with the song I am about to play on my drum. It is the very same melody that was often played for you when you were young.
Nice drum.
Where is he carrying that?
Huh? Let me play it once more.
I'm surprised it's taken 2 games for them to get to a point of, what if the character can't remember the song?
It's no good. I can only remember the beginning. I'll just teach you the beginning.
I really love, like, elderly characters are depicted as these, like, fucked up homunculus things that just shake violently the whole time. Just trying to make it through life, all like the way their fucking heads move.
Being old is tough.
These Goron drums are so cool. The lullaby intro. Yeah, I'm missing a couple of notes there.
It's not that I forgot it, it's just so cold that I can't play very well. At any rate, I'm counting on you. Alright, time to go die in the cold.
Alright, bye, fucking geezer. Could probably put you in a bottle and carry you home, but whatever.
Yeah, why can't you just pop them in there? Maybe only princesses could fit in bottles.
Yeah, princess is made out of wood. I can open the door myself now. Goron. Go save that baby. Save everyone else from having to deal with it all fucking time. They all got migraines. Look at this demon.
Oh, make it stop already.
It's so awful.
That's the song Daddy always plays for me before I go to sleep. I'll sing the next part.
This game is silly.
Baby Noah is.
Link has some nice titties.
Gotta say, this is also not one of my favorite songs. Jingles. It's too similar to several other ones. I mean, I get that there's only so many things you could really do with the number of buttons.
Yeah.
Trying to keep them repetitive and like simple so that you can remember them.
Everybody asleep. That's another thing I remember from the remake, that little, like, that kind of flinch Link just did at seeing everyone fell asleep. In the remake, they made it way more anime, like it's very exaggerated. He kind of does like a almost like he's falling down. The weird anime thing they do. Someone's being so ridiculous and everybody has to go, "No!" and fall down in like one frame of animation. So that's like a common manga gag, I suppose. I don't know where it comes from. I don't know history. I don't know the context, but I sure have seen it a lot.
I'm wondering who did that first. Like when anime did do that. Falling gag. Probably some shit from the 60s. I had to guess.
It does seem very old. They're fucking to light these torches somehow. Well, what the fuck is it? There has to be a lit torch somewhere.
The fact that like you have to build up and then just spikes shoot out of you is the raddest shit in the world.
Here you go. Yeah, I remember being a kid and being like mesmerized the first time I saw the Goron roll. I was like, oh my god, it's just like Sonic Hedgehog.
That was like all I wanted the game to be was like I could not like even like, I remember watching either my brother or cousin play at one point and like they weren't constantly rolling around and I was like, why aren't
Yeah, why are you walking? Fuck is wrong with you? That was probably my mentality too. I remember being a kid and just like insisting that my brother get the Zora mask because we had like one of those little VHS tapes that they used to like fucking mail to your house where it was like a videotape that would advertise upcoming Nintendo games. We had the one for Majora's Mask that had like Banjo-Tooie as a little bonus at the end.
Whoa.
She ended up having both games, but yeah, it was I learned about the Zora mask watching that videotape, and in my mind, like the idea of finishing a video game was not something I considered when I was that little. It was just like, oh, like telling my brother, you have to get the Zora mask. The Zora mask is so cool. I want to be a Zora. I want to walk underwater. I want to swim. I want to swim like a dolphin. And then he got the Zora mask, and he kept playing the game, and I was so confused. I'm like, why are you doing that? They kept making progress. Or, like, I remember he was trying to do the dungeon in this part of the game. And I was questioning why he was trying to bother with the dungeon, when I'm like, the dungeon isn't what gets you the Zora mask. You could already go and get the horse and get to the place where the Zora mask is. Why aren't you just doing that right now? And he was like trying in vain to explain to me the concept of progressing through a game.
What is that?
A giant
Really yummy
piece of rock meat. Fucking
That's hilarious. That there's like a bone, like a rock bone in the rock meat. Makes no goddamn sense.
It's pretty stupid. There's a frozen shop over there. Interesting. Well, that'll be important later. For now, I have a meat.
Buy you some frozen waffles at that frozen shop.
Ow. Some fucking Eggos. Gonna get some Eggo waffles. Gonna eat my Eggos. Love watching Stranger Things. They have Eggos in Stranger Things. Get the Stranger Things brand Eggo waffles at the store. I go to the 7-Eleven, buy the Eggo waffles.
I don't think I've ever seen a Stranger Things branded Eggos, but I have seen they had their own pizza.
The pizza that my fucking boyfriend has a box of Stranger Things Coca-Cola bottles that he won in a contest from when season 3 came out, and he hasn't opened any of them. So it's just this like 6-year-old Coke. It's a fucking box in the corner of our living room. It serves no purpose because it was the what's it called, New Coke or something? Because they make a joke about it in the show. So that Stranger Things is full of really unbearable on the nose like product placements. They have one of the characters take a sip of New Coke and look at the camera and be like, it's so refreshing and delicious, and everyone is looking at him like, dude, that's the New Coke, that's not good. And he's like, oh, I love it, it's like basically reciting commercial slogans in the show. They did that a few times. It really pissed me off. I think in season 2 they had like a whole family eating KFC together, and one of them literally says to the parents like, "It's finger looking good."
Oh boy.
I'm sorry to bother you from such a high place. I am very hungry and I've gotten stuck here.
Have this fucking rock sirloin, dude.
That's it. It's so good I dream about it. The Dongo Cavern's finest quality rock sirloin. This is my absolute favorite. Blessed be this meal.
Not even cooked.
My energy has returned to me. I'm coming down now. Wait one moment.
Why has he got a frog on his head?
I wonder who it might be. Why, if it isn't Armani, you're alive? Yes, I see. That is the reason why you knew my favorite food. Oh, I almost forgot. Please accept this as a token of my gratitude.
Yo! Got the frog hat.
Mask? Oh, I see.
Yep.
Conductor of the frog choir, like in Ocarina, when you could make the frogs go rap, 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 beep, rap, rap.
Yes. Exactly that.
Turn them frogs gay.
Yeah, it's very funny because some of the masks in this game are really useful, but most of them are just for a little side quest where you get a piece of heart and then they stop being useful until, like, you do get a reward for collecting all the masks, but besides that, most of them are kind of trash.
I'm being summoned. I'll be right back.
Okay. Let me think now. I got the Goron Lullaby, so I think I can go to Snowhead. Snowhead Temple. It's this way. Yeah. How we feeling, chat? How we feeling about this fucking gay Zelda shit? Yo! I am rolling. Yes. Yes. Oh, I'm just such a gamer. Controls are a little unwieldy, but I still nailed that.
I'm back.
Meow.
Dry grapes.
Something in the middle of the blizzard. Can you see it?
Oh, I remember this.
Yeah.
This is like, I think this is where. Is this like? Is there a song you can get that teleports you right here? Something like.
Oh, there's a fast travel song. It takes me to the
That's
statue.
what I'm thinking of. This is like, I know one of the saves that, like the N64. When we rented this game, one of the like games that we rented. Oh Jesus! There's a giant man. Like had unlocked the ability to teleport here. So like this is the thing I remember the most. Like teleporting to this spot and doing this dungeon from this point.
Damn. This dungeon's pretty great. I mean, all the dungeons in this game are mostly excellent. The water temple can be a little bit frustrating, but it's still much better than the water temple from Ocarina. Just gotta make this dude fall asleep.
I was watching a video that was like, I don't know, a defense of Twilight Princess or something like that, that said that that game had the best water temple.
It's pretty good, but honestly, best water temple gotta be Skyward Sword, which is kind of shocking, because that game is generally a bit shitty. But yeah, if you could call it that, I mean, the dungeon that has water in it in Skyward Sword is like the coolest dungeon in that game, the Ancient Cistern, I think it's what it's called. Because it has this whole theme of being like paradise on top and hell at the bottom. And it's also the level where you get the whip, which lets you latch onto like levers and stuff. It's it's simple, but it's like kind of satisfying because of the way the whip like moves and feels. So it's one of the like gimmicky motion control weapons that feels nice and not stupid.
Yeah, I've never played Skyward Sword.
I think you'd hate it. I want to try.
I think so too.
I want to try the HD version to see if they like fixed any of my issues with it. Because I thought it had a lot of good stuff going for it. It's just all of it is hampered by the fucking awful, just constant interruptions. Game just like forcing you to read really slow text boxes. You can't walk 2 feet without a character coming up to you, getting forced into dialogue and being like, "Hello, here's my entire life story. Here's what you have to do for the next 3 hours."
Yeah, I don't like that. I feel like Nintendo has felt pressured over time to put more dialogue in their games, but they didn't put better dialogue in their games. Like, It's like, I don't need more of it if it's not going to be good. Like, you can leave it mysterious.
Yeah. It was a pretty shit decision all around, and apparently Skyward Sword HD lets you skip through dialogue faster, so that alone would fix a lot of my problems with the game. Fewer annoyances is all I ask for.
I have wondered if you could skip the cutscenes in Other M, would it be like playable?
I mean, there's plenty of people in the fucking Metroid like subreddit. If you go check that fucking, this is like every fandom subreddit, but there's always posts by completely new people, like a revolving door of new people entering the subreddit saying, "Am I the only one who likes the shitty one?" And then never posting again. Like it's like every day. So back when I used to check the Metroid subreddit, I would see that constantly. Just, I played Metroid Other M and I didn't hate it. And it's like, okay, cool.
That's what makes Reddit insufferable to me, is that there is a new Redditor born every day.
Yeah.
And they're gonna say the same shit every other one did. Like,
yeah, Reddit fandom spaces are genuinely awful for that exact reason. Part of why
even
I
beyond
stopped.
fandom spaces, like when I was the time that I used to use Reddit, like early 2010s, I would follow stuff like Today I Learned, and it's like you would learn some really interesting stuff, but then inevitably people are like, "Today I learned what I read on Today I Learned," you know. Yeah, we know. We also read that. Like, fucking, I'm trying to think of one. There's like a few generic ones that would come up like every couple of days, and it's just like dumb little trivia that it's like, okay. That was interesting the first time I read it, but I've now learned that 7 different times.
Think says it's probably what circle jerk subs are for. That's probably true. God damn it. It's probably true, but even with circle jerk subreddits, like I feel like every subreddit, like they only stay interesting if they stay like really small and tight knit. Like there's not a lot of new people joining, so it stays kind of small and like it's not just the same questions every day. Those are more interesting. And every sub that gets too big, like sooner or later it'll get too big and then its identity becomes diluted and then it's not fun anymore. It's like they might be a really funny meme subreddit, but then as soon as like it gets out that it's a funny sub and then more people join it because it's funny, inevitably it will become less funny because there's so many people riding the wave and then it just gets too big and it's just fucking...
Yeah, I think you're describing every community in existence.
Yep.
But like with Reddit, to me the appeal of it is more so that it's like a repository of knowledge. That like if you look up a specific thing, you'll find every resource related to that thing.
Yeah.
You know? And like
Reddit is where I go to answer tech questions. If something isn't working, somewhere Reddit will have the answer.
Yeah, I only ever end up on Reddit because I'm Googling something and the answer is through Reddit.
Yup.
But like like a lot of the stuff, it's that kind of stuff that like it's important to have all that collated, but once you know it, and you need to keep learning it again and again and again, you know, like you said, seeing the newcomers who always show up. And yeah, basically any Reddit community, there's always going to be like a newcomer every day, somebody who's always pointing out, "Oh my god, I found this secret." It's like, we found this.
Like when you join you join like a fandom subreddit, and then half of the posts are people just being like, "Look, I bought the thing. I purchased the thing that we are fans of." Good for you.
Now play it.
That also. It's been a fun time being in the Dragon Quest fandom because it's relatively niche. It still has like enough people in it to stay interesting. Like there's people in there being like getting creative with it and trying to keep it interesting. The unfortunate side of that is I joined a Dragon Quest Discord server, and so many of the people in there are so like, I don't know how to say it, like just gamers. Just being in any like community that's specifically for gamers. It's just kind of frustrating.
Might be it for gamers, yeah.
It's like me and one other person in there are like super active, and we're both women, and like so many people will join the chat and just be like, hello, men, dude, gentlemen, guys, bros, dudes. Like one person I was talking to in the text chat in there today, and someone called me brother, and I was just like I don't know, that's like a very gamer brain thing to me, to just enter the room and assume automatically everyone has to be male.
They just want it to be that way. They don't want. They don't want there to. Well, because if they know you're a woman and they're immediately start trying to flirt with you. So, you know, you have to be a man to them, in order for them to have a normal interaction and not feel like, you know, socially awkward about it.
Pretty much. Even though me and the other girl in there just talk the same way everyone else does. Like, would not be able to tell if not for the pronouns in the Discord bio. Which is not that hard to check. Like, my profile picture is a like pink-haired cat girl. It's not difficult to figure out.
I think a lot of guys just like get energized by the idea of like brotherly camaraderie, and so they're always like in the mindset like that's what they're looking for. They want to believe that the people in their community are like their brothers in arms, you know.
Sync says, I like collecting, what is that, IPs? CDs, tapes. People always make posts where they share their age for some reason. That's like, that's what children do. Like little kids.
Well, because they want to be like, vinyl and CDs are old forms of media, but look, I'm 13 and I buy, like, because honestly, it's probably because when they tell someone, yeah, I collect cassettes, the first thing someone probably says is, I didn't think kids your age even knew what a cassette was. And so they have to constantly be like, yeah, I'm
the oldest I've ever been. Can you believe it?
I assume that's why anyway. It's like, I don't know, when I was a kid, nobody was buying LPs. Like, that was not a popular form of... Do you even know what LPs are, Corona?
No, I have no idea.
You know what a record is?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, so the big ones, the normal size ones, I should say, are called LPs, which means long play. Whereas the small ones are called EPs, or extended play. And then the really small ones are singles, or 3 inches. But yeah, so saying you collect LPs just means you collect records. And CDs and tapes, so all different, you know, archaic forms of media, ways of listening to music, but they're all still, like, they're all now more popular than ever before because of collectors. Where, like, you know, when I was a kid in the 90s, it was just like, yeah, we had a cassette player in the car, so we listened to music on cassette. And then we had a CD player in the car, so we switched to CDs, and the cassettes all became worthless.
Yep.
I'm sure probably exists somewhere, but... And then, you know, MP3 players came out, CDs became worthless, and, again, all of them are still popular with collectors who like whatever aspect of them they do, but it's mostly a nostalgia thing. So that's why I think when young people get into it, they have to be like, well, it's not nostalgia because I didn't grow up with it. I'm just into it, you know, for whatever the fuck then you would be into it.
Yeah, I collect videotapes and stuff. It's like, for me, it is nostalgia because it's like all the stuff that was phased out when I was very young, so it's like I have memories of it, but I was not old enough to really interface with it the way you're supposed to. So it's kind of like, you know, it's kind of like transferring myself into a different time period I didn't live through, which is fun, interesting.
Like looking at it from like I like old shit, you know, I could definitely see. Like if you have a Walkman and you're walking around with Dad want to do that, although that's just such a pain in the ass to play. Why?
I'm old enough to have had like 2 cassettes that were for babies. Like I
I
had a Lion King cassette and I had a Veggie Tales cassette. I remember it was like Veggie Tunes Volume 1 was a cassette tape and Veggie Tunes Volume 2 was a CD. That was how
I had Mighty Morphin Power Rangers on cassette. And I think I had the Pokemon TV show soundtrack on cassette. I think it was old enough.
I liked that my brother had the Pokemon movie soundtrack on CD. That was epic.
Simon says, I think physical media is cool and important, but I think my collecting days are over. Family, I don't think physical media is cool or important, and I regret having any of it, and it's hard to get rid of. It's not as easy to just sell all of it as you would.
Yeah.
But
I sure do love it, but I definitely think people overemphasize the importance of it.
I
People
actively dislike it. Like, I think it's a problem. It needs to stop.
For me, it's just like
I don't really get I don't really get why to have, why to have the physical stuff.
well, for me, cases I'm just an enthusiast. I fucking love video games, and emulating old games does not feel the same. Like this right here, this is sick, but this is like an exceptional case. Most old games do not get the treatment that this one has gotten, that I can play it like this, have it look this good and feel this good, playing it with a real controller and everything with minimal input lag. Most emulation kind of sucks, and playing on the original hardware just feels cool. Like, I just enjoy the aesthetics. I enjoy the old TV and the like noises it makes when I turn it on. I just enjoy the ka-chunk. I'm a ka-chunk enjoyer. Really what it comes down to. It's just a matter of taste for me. There's a lot of people, a lot of enthusiasts like to make out like it is a moral imperative that you have these physical collections, and I think that's fucking goofy, because you know what, all these things are going to rot. They do not last forever. People think just because they have...
I feel morally wrong about owning things. Like, I feel so the opposite of that mentality.
Yeah, it's fucking goofy. Like, I don't know. Because I get the feeling, like, there's lots of young people like myself who collect these things, like people younger than me even, young Gen Z, who are into this shit because they just don't have anything like physical. They don't have like movies on DVD or whatever. They don't have any of that shit. Everything is on their phone, and it starts to feel so impersonal and like fake. It's trapped behind the other side of a wall, a glass wall.
I feel so differently about this than that. Like, I hate the physical, because it is no more real to me. It's like it's a disc and a fucking case of plastic, it's just it's entirely disposable. It's the ideas that are on the disc that matter. You know, like,
there's also to consider just the way having a physical thing changes your habits with the thing. Like, when you have every game ever loaded up on a computer that you can access at any time, it does make it hard to just commit to anything.
Play one. No, I feel that I never ever put a physical thing in a thing. Like, this is probably the biggest reason I hate collecting so much, is that I literally have never broken out any of these like Blu-rays or DVDs in the time since streaming has become commonplace. Like, since the late 2010s, I have not entered physical media at all, except for video games and books. And with the games, there's some aspect of what you were saying about and sometimes it's fun to just hook up the stuff. But usually for me, what ends up happening is I want to go play an old game, and then the hassle of actually I need for and hooking it all up. By the time I'm done with all that, I don't even play it anymore. It'd be one thing if I had all of it set up time, but what I do have set up all the time is emulators on my computer that I can just one-click open, and then I have a folder with every PS2 game in it, and I just throw the one I want to play into the thing. Now, granted, like, I'm not that likely to play video games either way, like, I'm just as likely to ignore 200 games in my backlog as 200 games on my shelf. So, again, like, I can understand it more, like, in your case, where you actually are playing the video game or watching the VHS tapes or the games, but, like,
I have it set up to be as instant access as possible.
I'm so, like, like I never really plan or prepare that I'm going to be consuming something. It tends to just happen,
Yeah.
you know, very spontaneously, and so it tends to be that I just load up. All right, where can I find that right now? You know,
Yeah.
get it, and then I do it, and then it's done.
And it's like, don't get me wrong, I do love having access to emulators and shit, because it means I get to play a lot more shit that I otherwise wouldn't be able to, because old stuff is expensive. Collecting games is a really, really expensive hobby, especially now more than ever. You know, being someone who genuinely wants to like interface with all this shit and not just have it to like look at it and be like cool. Like I enjoy the things I have as much as I can while they last. And
Ulama Ui said, I've heard people say physical media is important because right to own is fading away. And like,
yeah,
that's true, but I don't get why that is something we even like. It's one of those things where we only care about it because we already have it.
yeah.
You know, like
Or used
if
to
it
have it.
wasn't something, yeah, like if it wasn't something that people were used to, they wouldn't be thinking of it as something necessary. You know, like the idea that like the whole ownership paradigm when it comes to art is bizarre in the first place, right? Because like they own the intellectual property, but you own a specific distributed copy of it, but then there are legal rules about what you're even allowed to do with that copy. You know, like you can't buy a CD and then play it in your store without getting license rights. Like that's illegal. So you can't even play it at a wedding. You know, you can't play a song that the DJ doesn't have clearance to play without you know, paying fees and stuff. So like there's more to ownership than just like, oh, I have a thing and I own that thing. And people are thinking of it like, okay, I have a copy of Zelda and therefore own it and therefore I'm capable to resell it later, and like nobody can shut off the service of it to me. And that's cool, but like it's interesting that it's something that we like take for granted having a right to, when it's like the only reason games were distributed that way is because it was the only way to do it. You know, like it costs so much less to do it digitally that so many games get to exist now that couldn't have existed because they just wouldn't have been worth footing the bill for all the physical crap that comes with it, you know? And a lot of those games end up getting physical releases later because fans want there to be a physical thing so much, you know?
Yeah. A lot of what people attribute to like, oh, like digital only is bad. A lot of it is just, you know, capitalism's bad. It's the fact that the corporations have control over everything and mistreat it so badly.
Yeah.
Like, it'd be totally fine if everything was digital only. I mean, like, even now, I'm kind of fine with it just because it is so easy to get shit for free. Like, I don't know. It's like Infinity Train is not a show you can legally watch anywhere, but it's still really easy to watch, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's not like it just is gone forever. Some people might treat it that way because they're weird and are, like, anti, like, torrenting anything for some reason.
Well, and, like, it comes down to, like, capitalism is, by its nature, anti-history. Like,
Yeah.
in order, like, okay, so a movie comes out, right? And now that movie exists and people have seen that movie and people have reacted to that movie, but you still technically have to pay for that experience. But, like, from a historical perspective, if you're trying to talk about the world, you have to talk about the fact that, like, people saw this movie and, like, at some point there's a point at which, like, as a historian or as a journalist, when you're just like trying to learn about shit, and it's like, am I gonna dump all this money into watching every 60s anime film, you know, and like having to jump through all these hoops to find all this shit, or am I just gonna like go download all of it and watch it tonight, you know? Like so I think that the people who are curious about history and about the details of how things are made are the ones who keep that, you know, that side of it alive. Like, and right now, you know, game preservation is a big defense of emulation. Like, a lot of these games literally go off, and then, like, if there's not a private server, that game just doesn't exist, and you can't even talk about it from a historical standpoint, you know, unless you happen to be there. which, you know, I don't know. I'm more passive about the fact that games die because I'm like, people are really obsessive about games preservation, and I'm like, y'all got to learn that things go. You know, you don't get to keep everything forever. That's not how the world works. Like,
That's true.
one day the ocean's gonna rise and the sun's gonna explode, and there won't be any video games anymore. Like, it's just.
It's a really funny way of phrasing that, but it's totally true. Yeah, because like I said earlier, like this whole collection of games I have, like I'm not, like people say, like, oh, I'm so glad I bought all these video games because now they'll never go away. I don't have to worry about them being like, you know, piracy sites being shut down or whatever. I don't have to worry about like streaming service getting shut down. Like I have this game in my hands and I'll have it for the rest of my life and I can pass it down to my kids. And I'm like, no, you can't. That shit's going to rot within the next 50 years.
Yeah,
like, I need to
you
sell
better
this
have
shit
it in
before
a good
that
storage. You better have fucking like flood insurance. You know, like where do you live that there's no chance a natural disaster your shit? You know, like.
You have like a
No
perfectly-
chance an 8.0 earthquake springs a water leak that fucks up your whole collection, you know? Like, there's no... I've seen so many people lose thousands of dollars worth of shit in floods, you know?
God.
Like, happened to Jesse, happened to my friend Ghost Lightning a few times, like, from typhoons.
Damn.
Yeah, you don't...
A few times, goddamn.
You can't count on, like, your shit. I don't know. Some of my, like, I have a lot of media that I've just been, you know, carting around with me, and I've been going through some of it, and like some of the stuff that I don't really care about owning, I'm, you know, looking at the prices, seeing what's worth selling. I sold a few things on eBay, and there was a few things I wanted to. I looked at the disc, and I was like, I don't think this would play. Like, I don't think this has been taken care of well enough over time. So yeah, there's way more to preservation than just owning physical media.
Yeah.
You gotta take care of the shit too. And like so much of this is young that I don't think a lot of people have even like discovered yet. You know, like we all know that our Game Boy games died. You know, like you have to replace the battery in an old Pokemon game. Like that's the level we're at. But it's like that thing might completely corrode within the next 60 years. Like. Some kind of new bacteria might form that eats nothing but fucking motherboards.
Guilty Gonk says, as a Star Wars fan, you gotta learn to let go sometimes. Star Wars fans ain't never letting go. There's like a whole fan-made re-edit of the original trilogy that makes them like the theatrical cuts in Blu-ray quality.
Amazing.
I still watch them on VHS anyway, because the Star Wars VHS tapes are super crusty in a good way. Got the right vibe. Oh yeah, I wanted to show you this. This is funny. So I'm a Goron right now, and I want to switch to Deku Link real quick. Just look at this shit for a second.
Oh my goodness.
I love that. Of being able to just... That's great. What did Gary always say in that giant paragraph there?
He said this game's better than Ocarina of Time, but I love the side quests and mass quests so much that I literally don't care at all about the dungeon. Obstacles in my way to save everyone. I play this game to save all 7 princesses, not just reap the rewards for it.
That's true. Yeah, no, this game does make me feel like more of a hero than like any other Zelda game, just because like directly, there's just a lot more involvement with like the cultures in Termina. Like, I don't know. Like, I've lived among them. Although, on the other hand, you're also more of an outsider in this game. Like, you're more of a stranger to everyone. You're saving the world, but they have no idea you're doing that. Which, in a way, makes it more heroic than me.
I think when it comes to physical media, the healthiest way to have a relationship with it is like, so when I should back this up. When it comes to spending your money at all, like the best way to spend your money is on like doing a thing rather than owning a thing. But that doesn't mean, because with like some video games, that's kind of both, right? Like you own the game and you do the game.
Yep.
So as long as you're still doing the game, I don't think it's unreasonable to own it. As soon as you find yourself not doing the game anymore, that's when you need to be like, I should get rid of this, you know? Like,
Yeah. It's essentially what I said in my old vlog about collecting nerd shit responsibly. It's like, just don't have big dumb collections of garbage you're not gonna do anything with. Like, don't be a Funko Pop collector where it's like your collection is actually worthless. It's gonna be in a landfill in 10 years. Like, no one's going to look at a Funko collection and be like, wow. It's like, they all look the
But
same.
I'm also kind of saying it's like, don't hold on to it just because you remember it being fun. Like, if you're not gonna play it again, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I have plenty of like anime DVDs, for instance, that it's like, yeah, that's a fun memory, thing I really care. And like, I guess it's part of it is that I feel a sense of betrayal to my younger self, who like definitely bought this stuff thinking I was gonna like it for, you know, like.
Yeah.
I didn't drop $200 on all the special edition Haruhi box sets because I thought that I was going to not care about Haruhi in 20 years, you know? But here I am. I've rewatched Haruhi. It doesn't hold up. It's not a show I want to have on DVD or would ever watch again, probably. So, like, you know, at some point I'll probably try to sell that box set. Now, granted, mine is like, it's weirdly yellowed. Like, compared to any other DVD box set, the Haruhi one just, like, didn't age well. Like, just by nature of its own existence, not age well.
Oh, no.
Just like the show itself. So, yeah, I don't know. But there's no way I'm making back what I spent on it. But I also did watch it several times at the time. I wore the headband. I wore the armband. I probably even listened to the CDs, you know. Never used the iron-on patches because whoever has done that.
I got one of those with my fucking Akira box set. It's it looks cool. I'm not using it. Okay, where the fuck am I? I should go down more. There's more fairies to be found, you see? If I find all of the stray fairies in this dungeon, I get a reward that's actually pretty worth it. How do I get down without fucking myself? Oh, whatever. No fall damage from that, okay. Where am I? No, not this
I have
room.
a vid talking about why I feel that way about Haruhi. Kind of. Bird and I did a bonus episode of We Watch Anime talking about the first season. I've thought about just releasing those bonus episodes somehow because we don't, like, the Patreon is not dedicated to that anymore, so there's no sense in it being like a reward thing. But it would only be accessible through Patreon currently. But I mean, it's just like a really like uncomfortable show. Like, Haruhi's a terrible fucking person, and like, I don't know. I think I watch shows differently from how I did when I was younger, where like, I think when I was younger, I just kind of paid attention to whatever parts of a thing were appealing to me, and the rest of it, I was kind of just not, you know, just kind of ignored in a way. And like, when you rewatch Haruhi, like, half of the show is like, just uncomfortable scenes of her molesting her friend over and over again, and like being obnoxious and bratty, and like Kyon constantly noticing that what Haruhi's doing is wrong and just not saying anything, or even like enjoying benefits of the fact that she's doing that. And it's like, this guy's kind of unlikable. Particularly watching it with Bird, who really did not like either of them. Like, he really couldn't stand Kyon because of the fact that he was such a pushover towards Haruhi, who is just a maniacal asshole, you know? And, like, if you're watching it with the mentality of, like, well, it's an anime, it's all fun, these aren't real people, you know, whatever, it doesn't, like, if you don't let it make you uncomfortable, there's, like, lots of fun stuff in the show, but, like, if you're coming at it from the angle of, like, I don't even like these people and I don't really want to see what they're doing, then it's, like, way hard to enjoy it. It's definitely when I was a teenager, I thought all the characters super cool, like, and as an adult, I'm like, I don't even think they have personalities for the most part. Like, they're more concept than character.
I think I tried watching Haruhi when I was at the height of my fucking otaku phase, and I was kind of like over it within the first 5 episodes. Not a fan. I don't even remember specifically why. I just bounced right off it.
And Simon, I will say also, Vic and Hope did a video about Haruhi like a year ago where they rewatched the whole thing. And they said a lot of what you're saying about, like, her arc and her growth and, like, the way the show presents her character. I just don't think any of, like, it's the kind of thing where I'm like, oh, I appreciate how that is good, you know, but, like, do I want to watch it? No. Like, not gonna do anything for me. Do I want to watch any specific anime these days? Really? If it's not made by, like, Satoshi Kon. I don't know. Someone else good. I feel like with, Toradora review when? Never. I am way too fucking old.
Wait, what?
I said Toradora review when? I said I'm too fucking old.
Oh. Yeah, me
I'm
too.
not interested in reviewing high school anime. Like, what could I possibly have to say about it? Like, yeah, it's a bunch of young people having young people problems that I couldn't imagine caring about.
I sure loved stuff like that when I was.
What did you Venmo me about?
Yeah, requesting that we turn the shitty game off and watch some more, fucking furry porn.
My audio is cutting out again, for real? Have you heard this, Giga? Have you noticed my audio?
No. It's been fine for me. Really. I don't know.
Maybe he's memeing? I don't know.
Maybe
It better not be. I'm using a new goddamn microphone and a new XLR cable.
It is cutting out. It's probably Discord's fault.
Did you say it is or if it is?
If it is, I haven't noticed. I'm also trying pretty
Everything's
hard to look
open
for
yet.
fairies right now.
Any thoughts on Hanasaku Iraha? I haven't seen.
What that is?
It's been a long time since I've watched anime, y'all. Like, I don't really have any thoughts about any specific anime. It's been too long. Like, whatever I would have felt about it before is meaningless to me now. I'm trying to think what was the last anime I actually watched. I guess it was the stuff for the Nova's anime review video where I talked about all the new first episodes of shows. YouTube deleted the video, and then I did not watch any more of the episodes of those shows.
Depressing.
Yeah, it is what it is.
I would watch.
Anime's
what
not
was it?
really worth the fight.
I would watch that. What was it? City the animation. I would watch that like with you. Could be funny.
Gary said my voice is randomly clipping. I think it is Discord, probably. Now, if it's a clipping issue, could be that my recording volume is too high, but I'm not sure.
Well, usually when you do clip the mic, that would be when Discord cuts out the audio.
Harry says, never watch anime again, only play Majora's Mask forever.
True.
Your stuff is cool. Since everybody liked the stream, you should definitely do that. It's good for us.
It's true.
Entry Corpus says, I've heard it's been cutting out a bit, not so bad now. Let me turn
Interesting.
down my recording volume a little bit. If it's happening when I'm getting loud, probably means I had the record. It's hard for me to tell because the way that the Focusrite displays like its light based on how much it hears me is totally different with this mic than it was with the previous one.
I don't know why, it's just like Aaron Hansen's voice just echoed in my head. Just ringing like, I shouldn't feel like, I'll check that room later. In a game about checking rooms! It's like, I sure
Did
have
he even
checked
talk
every
about
room
this
like
game
8
in
times. Wait,
in
what?
that whole thing? Did he talk about Majora's Mask?
Not at all.
Okay, didn't think so.
I don't know if he even played it before they did it on Game Grumps, and I did not watch them play it on Game Grumps because I saw how bad he was at Ocarina, and I'm like, I'm not watching that again.
The Wind Waker was the most like legendarily like
That's just cozy, yeah.
like him getting mad and like there was a part where he's getting really upset because he's doing something wrong, but he can't tell he's doing it wrong. He thinks it's the game's fault, and like the Wind Waker had a few moments like that made people really upset.
That's really funny. I think I probably got stuck on the same thing he got stuck on now that I think of it. Because there was something like he was trying to swing on a rope and he didn't know you could climb up and down the ropes.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
I had that exact same issue, and I saw the comments, people were like, you're such a fucking idiot, and I'm like, well, I guess I'm an idiot too. God damn.
I think it's one of those things where the game explicitly like tutorializes you to do that earlier on, but he had forgotten. Because it's a different gaming session, probably weeks later.
I don't know. I don't know if they actually tell you can do that. I know they have like a swinging on ropes tutorial, but like, okay, no, you're right. It's the fucking like thing you do at the very beginning of the game with the swabby guy on the ship.
Yes,
You have to do the rope
that's-
swinging challenge, and then you don't do that again for like until the last dungeon where you're required to do it.
You got to do some of it. Well, you do it to get into the first dungeon, the bird area, because you have to swing around the outside of the mountain. And then where he was stuck was on his way into the second dungeon, because you have to swing like a few like little platforms before you enter. And he just like could not get up those little platforms.
That's right.
Why do I have so much Game Grumps memory in my brain? This was like 15 years ago that I watched this.
Has it really? There's no way it's been 15 years.
It's been 15 years. I promise.
Oh my god, I was in high school when that Wind Waker playthrough came out.
No, it hasn't actually. It's close. It's been like
It's like
12 years probably. 12 or 13
holy shit,
years.
it's been like 12. That was like 2013, I think. Cuz I remember when I got into Game Grumps, that was like the same year I made my first YouTube video, which was for a class project, and it's long gone now cuz it was cringy as fuck, but yeah, a lot of my classmates thought it was a real hoot and a half, and I filmed it on my 3DS, so it was like the lowest resolution imaginable. Shit was funny.
Henry Corpus says Aaron gave up on the game the first time in this temple. So there you go. Whatever I did worked. My voice isn't cutting down anymore. Good. I literally just turned the recording down volume slightly. But
I know where I need to be.
because the microphone that I have been using until today, really. I bought it yesterday, right? 2 days ago? I don't remember.
It was yesterday. Time is an illusion.
Yeah,
So
so is
is
time.
pants.
The microphone I used to be using is a type that like is really meant to be in a studio setting where it's very quiet because it will pick up everything. And so with that mic, I usually was turning the recording volume fairly low if I was going to be loud. Whereas with this one, it's like if you're not speaking directly into it, you have to have the volume turned up pretty high for it to hear you. But I am kind of speaking directly into it, like barely 3 inches from it, so I didn't need it to be turned up quite as much. It's just a trip because it's not like flashing the green light that would normally mean picking up sound with my other microphone.
My microphone has a nifty little light that turns red when I'm peaking.
How far into this dungeon are you? I feel like we should wrap this before too very long.
I'm trying. I have to find a couple more fairies, and then I can kill the boss. So they're like up high, at the higher level of the dungeon. I'm almost at now.
We do have 24 concurrent viewers though, so shout out.
Yo.
It's going pretty good.
Yeah, doing a little better than we did last time when we just suddenly returned to streaming with like no announcement prior.
In fairness, I didn't do a good job promoting this one either. Mentioned that it would be on Friday last time, and luckily you all remembered that. We, about 45 minutes before the start of the show, Chrono was like, hey, aren't we doing that today? And I was like,
like, oh yeah, we have a show, don't we?
I'm sure I remembered like this morning, and then by the afternoon had forgotten.
I was fully immersed. I don't know if all the lovely people in the chat have kept up with us on Discord, but I started working a day job like a month ago. I returned to the grind, and so it took a bit of a break from the YouTube stuff to like adjust. But now I am adjusted. I'm right back to where I started, being bored out of my fucking mind. A stupid grindy day job I don't care about. I'm just like, damn, this is kind of lame. I should like do other shit to make my life interesting again. It's getting settled
it's tough,
in.
especially because you are very determined to not sell out, which is how you make money. So you gotta find that careful balance.
I'm becoming less and less committed to not selling out by the day. Don't you worry, one day.
Well, you know, the sooner you do it, the sooner you can reinvest in stocks.
13 there's 2 more. Goddamn. Next room, please.
Is that what this whole dungeon is? It's just like collecting fairies, or?
Oh, no. See, the fairies are in every dungeon. They're just optional. But the reward you get in this one in particular is like, I really need it. It doubles the length of your magic meter. And there's stuff later on that uses the magic like a lot. And it's like really bad to run out. So this is just like future-proofing stuff.
Badass.
Yes, the last fairies are here. Excellent.
Oh, excellent.
This little optional room here.
Take them to their fellow fairies of the same color.
Yo. Nintendo's always taken falling very seriously in 3D Zelda.
Is he stupid?
Is he stupid? I've had like I had a few ideas this morning. It's a beautiful thing. I had a few ideas for my next video, like things I want to put in it. And that hasn't happened to me in like a month, so that's a really good sign. Like I'm starting to get my juices back. I'm starting to exit the depression, get back into creative headspace. I'm just like just doing my work this morning and thinking to myself, it'd be funny if I put this in a video. And I'm just like sitting there being like,
oh, this is by far the most memorable part of this game to me. When I think Majora's Mask, this is what comes into my head, is this fight.
The goat. He's the goat.
Everything about how this plays out, like it's again one of those things that because this game has existed since 1998, 9.
This game came out in
2000?
Like 2000. Yeah.
Because this game is ancient, this idea has now been done plenty of times, but this was the first time this was a thing. Like, I mean, aside from the fact that 3D adventure games already are a brand new concept, practically just invented by Ocarina of Time a couple years prior, this was like the first thing that happened in this game that I was like, oh, this is a step up. Like, this is this is some shit you couldn't do in Ocarina of Time, you know.
This
Not
fight
that
is
you're
so
like
awesome.
going that much faster than like Epona as a horse or anything, but just the fact that it's you and you're like a spike ball and the boss is running around this huge track. It's not really that different from the Dodongo fight, but it's way cooler.
Yeah, it feels fast. Feels very intense. And it's so fun. I used to fight this thing
Faster than
multiple
Mario,
times.
even though technically Mario's faster than Sonic. But that's theory. A game theory.
Start weaponizing Matt Pat against me.
Thanks for watching. I just know that one in specific upsets you. That he made a whole to-do about Mario being literally faster than Sonic.
So cringe. I can prove it with calculations and math. It's like a neat little like 5-second factoid that you tell your friends at school. You're just like, do you guys know that in the original games, like Mario actually like runs faster than Sonic? Wow, I didn't know that. Like if you've actually played a fucking Sonic game past the first one, it goes quite a bit faster. Sonic's top velocity.
Fight reminds me of the Sonic Adventure 2 Battle Ghost fight. And I do remember that fight reminding me of this one when that game came out, except that fight is frustrating and not fun. This fight is cool.
Oh yeah, I was trying to say earlier, before you Matt patted all over me, this fight is so fun that I used to play it like over and over again as a kid. And I don't think there's any boss fight in any other Zelda game that I was like, oh yeah, I want to fight it over and over again.
I definitely remember my cousin like running this back and doing it again. And also the fact that after the boss you can just roll around this track.
Yeah.
Like I remember just going around it like 5 or 6 more times, like yeah, going up the ramps and
Zapping. This thing has a lot of health too. Like this isn't just over with that quickly.
I feel like not enough games have actually incorporated this type of like, I guess Sonic does this, but he doesn't even do it like this. Like,
This is just
It's
like
very
the chariot
satisfying.
boss fight from Dark Souls 2.
yes, that too. God, another shitty version of this.
Chariot fight is so easy. All the complainers just have a skill issue.
But is it good?
It's inoffensive. I don't think Dark Souls 2 has very good boss fights. It sure has 40 of them.
Whoa. I love that sound it makes when you roll around.
Yeah, that's what happens when I'm like pushing the stick like halfway, just like just normal rolling. It's when I push it at full tilt is when we get the like speed burst going.
Fundamentally,
Little spiral,
hit hard.
very satisfying.
Time to power up.
Yo.
Gang gang.
Give me that shit, bro. Give me that shit. I got guts remains.
Did it, gang. Got through 2 whole dungeons in one sitting.
Yo.
Less than 3 hours.
Moho likes Dark Souls 2. I like it too.
Ugh.
What exactly are all of you?
Like this song. Roar. Yeah. Guardians?
So, you're protective gods? That's why you're in the temples. But why are the protective gods? No, wait, are you listening to me? Hey, wait.
I broke the curse. The endless winter over. You know, I will say real quick on the subject of Dark Souls 2. is that I don't think the game does a lot of things that like are excellent per se. It's just a lot of it like it has the gameplay loop of a Dark Souls, which is innately satisfying to me. And most of the complaints people have with it, I'm just like, I just don't feel them. Like, I play the game and I'm like, this is fine. Like, oh, the healing system is so awful. And I'm like, it's fine.
It's the animations for me. That's it. Just the fucking animations are dog shit. It's not satisfying to move.
That's the worst part for me is just the way your character moves in Dark Souls 2, where like they can only move in like a set of like 8 directions. So you'll try to walk forward, and when you try to like tilt a little bit like this, your character will just like snap, and that makes it infuriating to like walk on narrow passageways. You have to tilt at the right stick and move the camera to turn your character. You have to like steer. Just super stupid.
Well, all right, gang. I think we're gonna call it here tonight. When should this one?
What?
When should we do our next session?
Any day except for Tuesday, I guess. Tuesday's when I'm doing the Sonic group watch on Discord.
How about Monday?
Monday. Let's fucking go.
All right, everybody. We're gonna do it on Monday.
Yeah. Let's save and quit.
Moondew. Oh, creepy big face.
All right.
Thanks for coming out, everybody.
Meow meow, everybody. See you next time. Bye.
Party in the USA.